एक बार मैडम को फोन करो। Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Yeah. Hello, good morning. We'll start the program, madam.
Yes, good morning, madam. You can start. See whether all join or not.
Hello, Manisha, madam.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, madam. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good morning to all of you. I, Dr. Shriram Dongre, Associate Professor, Anna-Saheb Vartak College, Vasai. I'm very pleased to welcome all of you in this one-day online workshop in the subject of economics for M.A. Semester 1, organized by the Department of Economics of Anna-Saheb Vartak College in collaboration with the Board of Studies in Economics, University of Mumbai. The syllabus of any course is the soul of education system. It is an invaluable guide not only to the students but also for the teachers. Today, it has become essential to frame the syllabi of different courses of different programs as per the requirement of the National Education Policy 2020. The syllabus framing committees of MA Economics Semester 1 have done an outstanding job by introducing the revised syllabi as per the NEP. And it is the time to present the syllabi to the teacher fraternity of economics who teach the postgraduate students. This workshop serves the purpose. I extend a very hearty welcome to Professor Dr. Anil Singh, the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, University of Mumbai. The chief guest of this workshop, Professor Dr. Manisha Karne, who is the in-charge Associate Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, University of Mumbai. I welcome the Principal of Anna-Saheb Vartak College, Dr. Arvind Ubade, Vice Principal and the Convener of this workshop, Professor Dr. Janaki Savgav, and Vice Principal Dr. Anil Kumar Sherke. I welcome IQAC Coordinator Dr. Hiranand Khambayat. I'm very happy and honored to extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished guests, resource persons, and teacher participants from the University of Mumbai and various colleges across the university who have joined this online platform. I request Dr. Janaki Savgav, the convener of this workshop, to deliver the introductory speech. Madam, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Namaskar and very good morning to all of you. At the onset of the workshop, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. G.C. Savagam, Vice Principal of this college and the convener of this one-day online workshop on the revised syllabus of MA Economics Sem-I as per NEP 2020. On behalf of our Vidyavardhini management and our principal, Dr. A.W. Ubade, I welcome today's distinguished personalities, Dr. Anil Singh sir, Dean of Faculty of Humanities, University of Mumbai. Our chief guest, Dr. Manisha Karne Madam, IC Associate Dean of Faculty of Humanities, University of Mumbai, and also Madam is the Director of Mumbai School of Economics and Public Policy, University of Mumbai. We from our college are thankful to you, sir and madam, for granting us the permission to conduct this online workshop. As well, I thank both of our guests for accepting our invitation and gracing this workshop in spite of their busy schedule. I welcome all the experts who are going to guide us on revised papers of Sem-I, and special thanks to Dr. Survese sir, member of Board of Studies for Economics, for guiding us at all levels in organizing this workshop. I welcome a very warm welcome to all the teacher participants from various colleges under Mumbai University. As we all know, NEP 2020 is going to be introduced academic year, and more about it. NEP 2020 is coming with whole new set of approaches like hybrid mode of teaching, greater priority to the use of technology, new subjects, new methods of teaching, various ways of assessment, and new system of conferring certificates, diplomas, degrees, and honors. In case of PG courses, we have many things to address. We need to know more about our exam pattern with external and internal mechanism. The difference in the number of lectures in SEM 1 and SEM 2, which may cause workload problems in colleges with approved workload. There are issues regarding paper combinations, mandatory papers, elective papers, and others. So, this year is going to be a transition period posing number of challenges for which we all, if prepare ourselves, transition is going to be smooth for all stakeholders. There are around 97 participants who have registered for the workshop. All of us are eagerly waiting to know the new papers, new edition of topics, how much to teach, what all references are available, evaluation mechanism, and many more. In this context of fast changing changing academic environment, I wish to quote the words of Professor Malcolm K. Sparrow of Harvard University. I quote, "Education is our passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today." I unquote. It says, tomorrow will be ours, provided we prepare for it well in advance. Hope this workshop will fulfill our expectations, clears all our doubts, and enrich our minds so that we can contribute still in better way in shaping the young minds and hearts. With these words, I conclude my intro. Sir, thank you once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Now I request the principal of Anna Saheb Varta College, Dr. Arvind Ubare, to give the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
सर अनम्यूट करा.
सर तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये, मला वाटतं अनम्यूट करावं लागेल. Sir, we can't hear you. Principal, sir.
सर तुम्ही सांगा एका मिनिटात जॉईन होत आहेत सर टेक्निकल आहे म्हणून
Okay, Principal sir will join immediately.
Okay, chalo. Okay.
Let's wait half a minute.
Am I now audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Thank you, sir. So, I'll start now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Vartak College, Vasai Road, I am delighted to welcome you all for our one-day online workshop on the revised syllabus of MA Economics Semester 1 in accordance with the National Education Policy 2020. Basically, this idea put by our friend Balaji Surose sir, why should not we have the MA Economics revised syllabus seminar at your college? And immediately I talked to our management and they are agreed to keep this workshop. This workshop is being organized, of course, being with the esteemed university, that is Mumbai University, and it's given me an immense pleasure to see such an enthusiastic participation from various institutions and even individuals. See, Miss, just now in our speech, Janki ma'am told more than 75 participants they have joined. So therefore, I'm very happy. I'm just seeing your enthusiasm, how you are eager to see what are the different changes in our PG level. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to the Mumbai University Vice Chancellor, Mumbai University's head of the economics department, Mayan sir, then Karne madam, our dean and very lovable dean, Dr. Anil Singh sir, and all dignitaries for your support to make this workshop in reality. Their expertise, of course, your all expertise and guidance have been invaluable throughout the planning and, of course, execution the process. This all you have helped to become this workshop in reality at our college. The national education policy, now we are all facing, basically we're not facing, I'm saying now we are all into the new education policy 2020. Specifically PG, and this academic year, current academic year, we are going to start this NEP. This NEP has brought several significant changes in our academic landscape, emphasizing skill development, interdisciplinary approach, and learning-centric education system. As an educator, it is our responsibility to embrace these changes and ensure that our students are well equipped to face the challenges of ever evolving the world. This education policy are basically to make a student to face the current scenario of the world, what happening in the world. With that aim in mind, this workshop aimed to familiarize all participants with the revised syllabus of MA Economics Semester 1 as per the NEP 2020. We have curated a diverse panel. You see in the workshop, means all participants, I'm saying, we have curated this diverse panel and esteemed speaker and expert in their field of economics, who will be sharing their values, insight, and perspective throughout the day. Their experience and knowledge will provide us with a holistic understanding of the changes and enable us to implement them effectively in our current year academic year 2023-24. I would like to extend my warm thanks to all our distinguished speaker for generously agreeing to share their expertise with us today. Your presence here is highly appreciated, and we look forward to gaining invaluable insight from your session. I would like also to acknowledge the hard work put by our organizing committee, faculty member, and of course some student volunteer who have worked tirelessly to ensure a seamless workshop experience. Without their dedication and commitment, this event would not have been possible. At last, I want to extend my gratitude to all participants who take who have taken out time from their busy schedule to join us today. Your active engagement and participation are key to success of this workshop. I'm requesting, please participate in each and every session actively, not only the participate actively. I hope you find this event informative, throughout provoking, and beneficial to your professional growth. Once again, a warm welcome to each one of you. Let us make the most of this opportunity opportunity to enhance our understanding of the revised syllabus and collectively work towards creating the transformative learning experience for our student. Thank you. Thank you very much for your listening. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouraging words. Now I request Professor Dr. Anil Singh, the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, University of Mumbai, to guide us on this occasion. Over to you, sir.
धन्यवाद सर। मैं आवाज आ रही है सर मेरी?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
थैंक यू सर। विद्यावर्धनी द्वारा संचालित वर्तक कॉलेज वसई द्वारा आयोजित वन डे इस वर्कशॉप में, जो कि एनईपी 2020 को केंद्रित करके रखा है, सर्वप्रथम मैं इस महाविद्यालय के बहुत ही अभिनेतृत्व करने वाले युवा प्राचार्य उम्बाले सर का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं। उनके साथ जुड़े हुए जो कि सत्र में आगे शिरकत करेंगे, एसोसिएट डीन डॉक्टर मनीषा करने मैडम, डॉक्टर स्वाति राजू, डॉक्टर सुरेश मैन सर, और सभी को एक जगह पर एकत्रित करने में परिश्रम करने वाले डॉक्टर बालाजी सुरवसे सर, और सभी ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी को मैं पहले शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं कि बहुत ही कम समय में उम्बाले सर ने बहुत ही अच्छी बाजी मार ली है, क्योंकि लोग अभी तक ये विचार कर रहे थे ये सेमिनार कहाँ, ये वर्कशॉप कहाँ होना चाहिए, कैसे होना चाहिए। इस संदर्भ में मुझे सुरवसे जी ने ईमेल भी किया था, बातचीत भी की, तो मैंने कहा भाई आप लोग आपस में विचार विमर्श करके ऐसी जगह करिए कि जिससे सभी को इस वर्कशॉप का नाम हो, केवल फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए हम लोग फॉर्मेलिटी न करें। तो बहुत ही अच्छे आयोजन के साथ आप लोगों ने इस वर्कशॉप का आयोजन किया है। दो तीन बातें मैं आपके सामने रखना चाहूंगा। सबसे पहले तो विद्यार्थियों को ये बताइए कि एनईपी ऐसा कोई नया चीज नहीं आ गया है कि जिससे विद्यार्थियों के अंदर एक भय पैदा हो। अगर हम पढ़ाने वाले प्राध्यापक अगर विद्यार्थियों के सामने कठिन चीज को और कठिन बनाएंगे तो विद्यार्थी जो है विषय से भागने लगेंगे। इसलिए हमें ये कोशिश करना है कि विद्यार्थियों को कॉन्फिडेंस पे लेकर के जो आपके मेजर सब्जेक्ट है, माइनर सब्जेक्ट है, उसके ऊपर भी आप फोकस करिए, क्योंकि कई बार सिलेबस होता क्या है, बनाया जाता है सभी विद्यार्थियों को ध्यान में रख करके, लेकिन यहाँ पर आप देखिए कि सिटी के कॉलेजेस है, यूनिवर्सिटी का डिपार्टमेंट है और इंटीरियर के भी कॉलेजेस है। तो जब आप मेजर और माइनर में से जो आप पेपर रखना चाहेंगे, तो सबसे पहले आप वहाँ के अपने बच्चों के लेवल को ध्यान में रख कर के वो पेपर रखिए। ये मत देखिए कि अमुक कॉलेज ने वो पेपर रखा है तो हम भी वही पेपर रखेंगे। आप अपने स्टाफ और अपने विद्यार्थी के लेवल के हिसाब से जो है इन माइनर सब्जेक्ट का सिलेक्शन करें। और मुझसे किसी ने पूछा था कि सर एग्जाम का जो सिस्टम है और पेपर का, तो दोनों 50-50 है। यूनिवर्सिटी के जो पेपर्स आएंगे आपके 50 मार्क्स के होंगे और इंटरनल जो आप लोगों को लेना है, क्योंकि वीसी सर, प्रो वीसी सर और हमने ये डिसाइड किया था कि ह्यूमैनिटी में एक यूनिफॉर्मिटी होनी चाहिए। अलग अलग न जाए, लेकिन इसके बाद भी कुछ सब्जेक्ट के चेयरमैन का कहना था, एचओडी का कहना था कि सर थोड़ा सा हम अपने विषय को अपने हिसाब से विद्यार्थियों को देना चाहते हैं, तो आजादी दी गई है। किसी ने क्लासरूम प्रेजेंटेशन रखा है, किसी ने रिटर्न टेस्ट रखा है, किसी ने राइटिंग असाइनमेंट रखा है और ओरल रखा है। तो ये आपके सब्जेक्ट के नेचर के ऊपर डिपेंड है कि आपका बोर्ड किस तरह से किस ऑप्शंस को अपनाता है, और जो आपको गाइडलाइन दी गई है उस गाइडलाइन के हिसाब से आप उसको फॉलो करिए, क्योंकि ये जो सिलेबस बनाए गए हैं समय को देखते हुए, आने वाले दिनों को देखते हुए ये चीजें आपके सामने रखी गई है। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि प्रिंसिपल उम्बाले सर और उनकी टीम ने आज जिन एक्सपर्ट्स को इस वर्कशॉप में बुलाया है, निश्चित ही वे इस सिलेबस के साथ पूरा न्याय करेंगे। और मुझे सबसे ज्यादा प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि 86 पार्टिसिपेंट्स जुड़े हुए हैं। अभी तो शुरुआत है, धीरे धीरे मुझे लगता है कि ओम वाले सर 100 के ऊपर का आंकड़ा पार करेंगे, क्योंकि पीजी सेंटर्स आपको भी मालूम है, मुझे भी मालूम है कितने सारे लोग हैं। लेकिन अगर इसमें यूजी का भी कोई प्रोफेसर जुड़ जाता है तो उसका भी स्वागत है कि कम से कम वो पीजी के स्ट्रक्चर्स को भी समझने और जानने की कोशिश करता है। मैं अधिक समय न लेते हुए मैं आयोजकों को और विशेषज्ञों को एक बार पुनः आग्रह करूंगा कि सर जितनी चर्चा आप लोग गंभीरता से विषय पर कर सकते हैं और लोगों को भी मौका दीजिए, क्योंकि प्राध्यापकों के मन में बहुत सारे प्रश्न होंगे, तो उनके प्रश्न का निराकरण इस वर्कशॉप की सार्थकता है। उन्हें लगना चाहिए कि ये जो वर्कशॉप रखा गया है हमारे बहुत सारे डाउट्स क्लियर हो गए, और इसके बावजूद भी अगर आपका कोई डाउट रह जाता है तो आप उसके संदर्भ में बातचीत कर सकते हैं। और जहां तक मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि इस वर्कशॉप में किसी के मन में किसी भी प्रकार की डाउट्स नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि इसमें जो विद्वान जुड़े हुए हैं, जो आयोजक मंडली है, उन्होंने सभी बातों का ध्यान रखा है। एक बार पुनः मैं सभी विद्वान प्राध्यापकों का, प्रतिभागियों का, संयोजकों का और प्राचार्य उम्बाले सर को विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से प्रतिनिधित्व करते हुए मैं बधाई देता हूँ, अभिनंदन करता हूँ, और सार्थक वर्कशॉप की उपयोगिता सिद्ध होगी, इस उम्मीद के साथ मैं अपनी शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your motivational words and guidance. Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Vinayak Nikas, Assistant Professor from the Department of Business Economics, Anna Saheb Vartak College, to introduce Professor Dr. Manisha Karni, the chief guest of today's workshop. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to all of you. I am Vinayak Nikas, and it is my privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest for today's workshop, Professor Dr. Manisha Karne. Dr. Karne is an accomplished scholar and currently serves as in charge Associate Dean of Humanities at the University of Mumbai. In addition to her role as Associate Dean, she holds the prestigious position of Director at the Mumbai School of Economics and Public Policy. Professor Manisha Karne has been a guiding force at the Mumbai School of Economics and Public Policy, University of Mumbai since 2009, where she imparts her wisdom and expertise to budding minds. Her academic journey is marked by a significant milestone, the attainment of a PhD in economics from the University of Mumbai in December 2004, the culmination of her doctoral research titled Decentralization of Infrastructural Services in India under the mentorship of Professor S. Sriraman, Walchand Hirachand Professor of Transportation Economics, University of Mumbai, stands as a testament to her commitment to advancing our understanding of critical economic issues. In the realm of academia, Professor Karne has worn many hats, excelling in teaching a spectrum of subjects such as development economics, health economics, environmental economics, and the economics of infrastructure. A trailblazer in her own right, Professor Karne has not only enriched the academic community with her teachings, but has also been recognized for her outstanding achievements, merit scholarships during her MA and undergraduate years, along with prestigious awards like the Watumal Merit Scholarship and the First Prize for Excellence in Marathi, underscore her dedication to academic excellence. Indeed, Professor Dr. Manisha Karne's contributions to academia extend far beyond the confines of the classroom. Her extensive involvement in research projects, numerous publications, mentorship of PhD students, and active participation in various academic committees highlights her commitment to advancing knowledge and shaping the academic landscape. As we welcome Professor Dr. Manisha Karne, we eagerly anticipate the insights she will share with us today. Without further ado, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Professor Manisha Karne as we embark on this workshop focusing on the intricacies of the MA Economics syllabus of Mumbai University as per NEP 2020. Now I request Professor Manisha Karne to start delivering her valuable guidance regarding the same. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. No, good morning, everybody, and thank you for that kind introduction, a detailed one which was not needed. Let me begin by thanking Principal of Vidyavardhini AV College of Arts, but the college that is known as Vasai, Department of Economics, for organizing, taking initiative for organizing this workshop to discuss the MA revised syllabus as per NEP guidelines. First of all, let me apologize for not switching on my camera because I'm in the midst of another meeting and trying to reach there in 2 minutes. So I'll be very brief. Sorry for this. This came up suddenly, and I have to attend this meeting. With this, I would say that thank you all of you for joining this workshop. Thank you, Dr. Singh, for facilitating this workshop. And thank you, Janki Madam, for organizing, and all other members of the organizing committee for putting it putting this up in such a short time. This workshop for MA syllabus has been organized with the purpose to decide the scope of different papers which we have introduced in the semester one. We need to discuss the modalities of fulfilling the objectives of the different modules which are included in this particular syllabus. Especially, we are talking now about semester one. Now, when we talk about deciding the scope and the objectives and different modalities of achieving those objectives, even identifying good references become very important. So we are here to suggest, deliberate also on all these issues, and there will be a session, I suppose, on evaluation methods and the patterns that we can have for core courses or the major courses as well as the minor courses. I'm sure the resource persons which we have been able to invite for this particular workshop will cover all these aspects. But more so, I also expect the teacher participants who are here in such a big number. I thank you for that. Uh, you all are expected to give your valuable suggestions, okay, for improvements further that we can incorporate in the syllabus. As somebody said in the beginning, that there are challenges in front of you, there are challenges of implementing this syllabus, but together, I'm sure we'll be able to overcome these challenges and create an environment which is conducive to achieve not only academic excellence for our students, but also better employability of our students, which is the objective of NEP 2020. So thank you once again. I'm being very brief because I'm in the midst of another meeting, but I'm always available to all of you if you have any suggestions to give or any queries that I can handle at my level. So with this, I think I'll stop here. Thank you once again to everybody who has joined for this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for a very insightful and thought-provoking session. Now we are at the end of the inaugural session. I would like to express my sincere thanks towards Professor Dr. Anil Singh, Dean of the Faculty of Humanities of the University of Mumbai, for gracing this workshop with his presence and guiding us. I thank Professor Dr. Manisha Karne, in charge Associate Dean of the Faculty of Humanities at the University of Mumbai, for agreeing to speak on this occasion. I thank the Honorable Principal of Anna Saheb Vartak College, Professor Dr. Arvind Ubale Sir, Vice Principal and Convener of the workshop, Professor Dr. Janki Sauga Madam, Vice Principal Dr. Anil Kumar Sherke Sir, IQAC Coordinator Dr. Hiranand Khambayat Sir, and all the teacher participants. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Vinayak sir. Now I request Dr. Gayatri Rajput, Assistant Professor from the Department of Economics, Anna Sahib Vartak College, to take the charge of the technical session. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, Sriram sir. Very good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Gayatri Rajput, Assistant Professor of Economics in Anna Sahib Vartak College, Vasai. It is my great pleasure to introduce our distinguished speakers today. Our first guest speaker is Professor Dr. Arun Chavan sir. He is faculty member of Konkan Jnanapith Uran College, New Mumbai. He is a member of Economics Syllabus Drafting Committee, University of Mumbai. With his wealth of knowledge and experience of 13 years in the field of education, he guiding light for understand and implement the transformative changes brought about by the new Education Policy 2020. Today, he will share insights and expertise on the topic of paramount importance to our nation's future, the National Education Policy. I request Professor Dr. Arun Chavan sir to light on the structure and education of New Education Policy 2020. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all of you. Respected Professor Anil Singh sir, Dean Humanities University of Mumbai, Professor Dr. Manisha Karne ma'am, Associate Dean University of Mumbai, Principal Dr. Arvind Ubale sir, new viewers member Dr. Balaji Survase sir, subject expert Dr. Suresh Main sir, Dr. Balasai Patil sir, and all professors, convener Dr. Janki Sawa ma'am, and all dear friends. मैं आप लोगों का ज़्यादा समय नहीं लेना चाहता हूँ. स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रही है सबको? हेलो मैम.
Yes, sir.
यस. एज पर नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 के हिसाब से इस फ्रेमवर्क में न्यू सिलेबस एमए इकोनॉमिक्स का कैसा ड्राफ्टिंग किया गया है, इसका स्ट्रक्चर मैं शेयर करने जा रहा हूं. कुछ लोगों के ऐसे सवाल थे कि ये जो फ्रंट पेज दिख रहा है, जो सिलेबस का फ्रंट पेज है, वहाँ पे एबीसी दिया है. बाकी कुछ लोग एक्सपर्ट है, उनको पता है, उनके लिए तो एक्चुअली नहीं है, रिपीट होगा. लेकिन कुछ लोग नए हैं जिनको ये भी है कि ABC क्या है कि सेकंड यानी कि MA पार्ट फर्स्ट कंप्लीट होने के बाद 44 पे दिया गया है टू इकोनॉमिक यस हेलो तो ये C नंबर का जो है वो 1 ईयर की डिग्री रहेंगी, तो उसके यानी कि 2 क्रेडिट वाला एक पेपर रहेगा, यानी 4 क्रेडिट वाला एक पेपर
नाही
रहेगा।
होत त्यांचं ते बहुतेक ते हेडफोन आहे ना
3 क्रेडिट और 1 क्रेडिट इसमें नहीं रहेंगे, इसलिए 14 क्रेडिट इकोनॉमिक्स में मैंडेटरी सब्जेक्ट यानी कि मेजर सब्जेक्ट देना है, तो वहां पे मैथ्स इंडियन इकोनॉमिक्स दिए गए, ये बिल्कुल यहाँ पे मेजर्स हो सकते हैं। यहाँ पे एक कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन का एक 2 क्रेडिट के लिए पेपर दिया गया है, इसके बारे में सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट आपको बताएंगे, लेकिन मैं शॉर्ट में बताता हूँ, क्योंकि आगे जाके ये प्रोजेक्ट करना है तो उनको पता चले कि एक्सेल वर्ड क्या होता है, टेबल से बनाए जाते हैं, ग्राफ कैसा क्रिएट किया, तो उनको पता होना जरूरी है, और यानी कि टीचर को भी पता होना जरूरी है, इसलिए यहाँ पे दिया गया और इसका मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। ये हुआ सेमेस्टर फर्स्ट में। यहाँ पे इलेक्टिव पेपर जो दिए गए, ये इसको मैंने 5 नंबर दिया है, पूरे और है, इसमें से कोई भी एक सब्जेक्ट हम सेलेक्ट करेंगे, यानी कि 5 नंबर पे आएगा। इसमें दिए गए, अगर यहाँ पे मैथमेटिक्स कंपलसरी एक ही दिया होता तो कुछ कॉलेज में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती थी, इसलिए बीओएस ने यहाँ पे और सब्जेक्ट रखे, कोई भी इसमें से एक सब्जेक्ट आप ले सकते हैं। यहाँ पे इलेक्टिव के लिए 4 क्रेडिट नेशनल पॉलिसी ने दिए है। ये आरएम जो एक माइनर सब्जेक्ट दिया गया है 4 क्रेडिट के लिए, जो आरएम है रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी, ये रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी भी बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी ने खुद डिसाइड नहीं किया है, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के हिसाब से यहाँ पे आरएम पेपर दिया गया है। आगे ये सब टोटल मिला के सेमेस्टर को पेपर होते हैं, 6 पेपर को मिला के 2 क्रेडिट होते हैं, जो के हिसाब सेम सेकंड से ये सीटी एफपी आरपी ये क्या है आगे वो सेमेस्टर में आएगा, वहां पे मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा। सेकंड सेमेस्टर में 14 क्रेडिट के लिए मेजर सब्जेक्ट है, इलेक्टिव भी यहाँ पे ही एक ही 4 क्रेडिट के लिए एक सेलेक्ट करना है। इलेक्टिव और इधर मेजर में कुछ भी नहीं है, यहाँ पे आर ओनली दिया गया है, मेजर में जीटी और एफपी यानी फील्ड प्रोजेक्ट। ओजीटी का मतलब है ऑन, कैसे यहाँ पे ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग ये ऑप्शन दिया में, क्योंकि ऑफिस में जाए कोई वहां पे प्रॉपर काम करे और ट्रेनिंग ले, और एक ट्रेनिंग सर्टिफिकेट वहां से लेके वो स्टूडेंट आएगा, और फिर जाके उसको ये 4 क्रेडिट का जो उसका एवल्यूशन वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। साथ में उसको और दिया गया, अगर ऐसे कोई स्टूडेंट नहीं है, कोई जॉब वगैरह कुछ बाहर नहीं जाना चाहते, अगर कुछ ज्यादा स्टूडेंट है कॉलेज में, अगर पूरे के पूरे बाहर नहीं है, प्रोजेक्ट हो सकते, प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करके वो उसका एग्जामिनेशन का इवैल्यूएशन कैसा रहेगा, कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस दिए गए हैं कि इवैल्यूएशन प्रोजेक्ट असाइनमेंट, प्रोजेक्ट प्रेजेंटेशन रहेगा, केस स्टडी रहेगी, अगर केस स्टडी आप लेना चाहते हो तो केस स्टडी ले सकते हैं, 10 मार्क्स के लिए आप रख सकते हैं। उसके बाद क्विज ले सकते हैं आप, ग्रुप डिस्कशन भी ले सकते हैं, रोल प्लेइंग वगैरह, ये ऑप्शन दिए करके प्रेजेंटेशन रहेगा। अगर कुछ स्टूडेंट रिसर्च पेपर बनाते हैं उसका प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं, ये भी एक एक्टिविटी आप 10 मार्क्स के लिए ले सकते हो। और क्लास टेस्ट जो है वो स्पेशल रहेगी, जो क्लास टेस्ट 20 मार्क्स की रहेगी। ये सब मिला के 50 मार्क्स का जो इवैल्यूएशन रहेगा वो उसको इंटरनल इवैल्यूएशन हम बाकी इवैल्यूएशन रहेगा, सेमेस्टर एग्जाम रहेगी। ये क्वेश्चन पेपर का एक फॉर्मेट है, तो एग्जामिनेशन 4 क्रेडिट पेपर के लिए कैसा रहेगा, ये जो फॉर्मेट है इकोनॉमिक्स के व्यूअर्स ने डिफाइन नहीं किया, इसमें अगर कुछ चेंजेस हो सकता है। अनिल सर सिंह से बात करके मैंने ये जो फॉर्मेट है उन्होंने बनाया है कि सबके लिए सेम होना चाहिए, वो फॉर्मेट में आप लोगों को बता रहा हूँ। एक्चुअली अगर यहाँ पे वर्कशॉप इसलिए रखा जाता है क्योंकि इसमें डिस्कस हो, कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रही हो इसमें चेंजेस करें और वो चेंजेस करने के लिए ही ये वर्कशॉप है। इसमें अगर कुछ सुझाव है, अगर तो बेवस मेंबर से आप बात करके इसमें चेंज कर सकते हैं। तो जो क्वेश्चन पेपर पैटर्न है कि 50 मार्क्स की एग्जाम इस टाइप रहेगी। क्वेश्चन नंबर फर्स्ट उसमें ए और बी और रहेगा, क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकंड में भी और रहेगा। 10 मार्क्स के लिए 5 क्वेश्चन रहेंगे टोटल 50 मार्क्स का। इधर 25 मार्क्स के लिए 5 मार्क्स का एक क्वेश्चन रहेगा। इस क्वेश्चन 5 मार्क्स, इस तरह से 25 मार्क्स का ये पैटर्न रहेगा। लेक्चर अलॉटमेंट रहेगी टोटल 60 4 पीरियड के लिए 60 लेक्चर दिए गया और टोटल 2 पीरियड का जो पेपर रहेगा उसके लिए 30 लेक्चर रहेंगे और उसका ड्यूरेशन रहेगा 1 आवर्स का। ये जो ग्रेड्स पॉइंट दिए गए, सीजीपीए पैटर्न ऑलरेडी यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मुंबई ने एक्सेप्ट किया है। वही सीजीपीए पैटर्न जो है इधर लागू रहेगा। ये पैटर्न जो अभी मार्कशीट पे भी प्रिंट होके आता है, वो सेम पैटर्न नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में भी लागू रहेगा। थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance. Respected colleagues and participants, if you have any question, please ask. If you have any question, please ask.
Yes, Madam, I am Malti. I just want to know, you have given me the 4 credit 50 marks and 2 credit 25 marks. This 4 credit 50 marks is for degree course 2 years. What is the time? I'm getting confused between 25 marks credit 2 credit and 50 marks 4 credit. Hello.
Over to you, Savan, sir.
Yes, I just want to know this credit that you have given and the paper pattern 50 marks you have given in external marks, 4 credit and 25 marks 2 credit. So that 25 marks 2 credit is for which course? Diploma course? 2 years? 2 paper pattern is given. I'm a bit confused. I just wanted to clarify.
Please, Savan, sir.
1 minute, स्क्रीन बता रहा हूँ आपको। ये देखो यहाँ पे जो स्लाइड है उसमें टोटल मार्क्स ऑफ 4 क्रेडिट पेपर्स। 4 क्रेडिट का जो पेपर रहेगा उसको 100 मार्क्स दिए जाएंगे। मींस वो 100 मार्क्स में से 50 मार्क्स की सेमेस्टर एग्जाम होगी और 50 मार्क्स का इंटरनल इवैल्यूएशन रहेगा। 50 मार्क्स का इंटरनल इवैल्यूएशन किस टाइप का रहेगा वो सेकंड स्लाइड में मैंने यहाँ पे बताया। ये 50 मार्क्स का इंटरनल इवैल्यूएशन टाइप का रहेगा। इसमें अगर कुछ सुझाव है कि यहाँ पे कुछ अगर आप ऐड करना चाहते हो तो आप बिल्कुल बता सकते हो। लेकिन ये जो पैटर्न है अभी तो फिलहाल यहाँ पे दिया गया है यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मुंबई की ओर से, वही सेम पैटर्न दिया गया ऑल सब्जेक्ट के लिए। और ये जो 20 मार्क्स का टोटल मार्क्स 2 क्रेडिट पेपर जो है 2 क्रेडिट यार 50 मार्क्स
yeah, I understood, sir. Okay, thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
हॅलो, माझा आवाज येतोय का? डॉक्टर विकास पोळ बोलतो सर.
बोला.
जे काही अरुण सर जरा थांबा 1 मिनिट, जरा मी बोलतो सर. मोरे सर थांबा.
बर.
हा माझा का हे निश्चितच खूप त्याबद्दल सगळ्यांचं बेसिक प्रश्न आहे का MA एडेड कॉलेज जे असतात त्याच्यामध्ये वर्कलोड असतो, त्याच्यामध्ये हे विषय जे वाढवले आहेत आता कंटिन्यू आता जो संदर्भात विचार प्रश्न असा दुसरा जो आधी वर्कलोड मंजूर केला या प्रश्न देखील गांभीर्याने विद्यार्थ्यांनी विचार केला आणि त्यात आम्हाला मिळेलच, कारण की आमचं एडेड कॉलेज आहे आणि एडेड कॉलेजमध्ये एम.कॉम ने तर इकॉनॉमिक्स विषय काढून टाकला विचार करता, आणि MM मध्ये विषय अडवला, तर अडवलेला विषय आहे तर आणि जो काही पगार प्रश्न असणार त्या प्रश्नाबद्दल सफल झाला असणार, तर त्याच्याबद्दल जर खुलं तर फार
हॅलो सर, हा जो प्रश्न आहे ना की जर एक्स्ट्रा वाढलेले क्रेडिट्स आहेत, एक्स्ट्रा वाढलेले लेक्चर्स आहेत, हे ग्रँटेड असतील की नॉन ग्रँटेड असतील. आता मॅक्झिमम ठिकाणी PG ही नॉन ग्रँटच आहे, पण ज्या ठिकाणी ग्रँटेड PG आहे त्या ठिकाणी ते सब्जेक्ट ग्रँटेड असतील की नाही याचं उत्तर खुद आपल्याला मिळालेलंच नाही आहे. कारण शासनासोबत जी मीटिंग झाली, आमचे प्राचार्य सुद्धा त्या मीटिंगमध्ये होते, त्यासाठी तरतूद केली जाईल. काय आता जो काही बजेटरी प्रोव्हिजन आहे एज्युकेशनवरचा तो वाढवला जाणार आहे आणि त्यासाठी काहीतरी तरतूद केली जाणार आहे इन फ्युचरमध्ये असं बोललं जात आहे. आता तरी ते कुठलंच डिफाईन केलेलं नाही माझ्या मते. अजून काही बाकी एक्सपर्ट असतील ज्यांना माहिती असेल, करणे मॅम वगैरे, तर ते अधिक उत्तर देऊ शकतात या गोष्टींचं.
चालेल सर, चालेल, धन्यवाद सर, थँक्यू.
हॅलो सर. हॅलो सर.
हा सर,
बोलू शकतो का मी?
बोला बोला सर, बोला.
हा, मी प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अंकुश मोरे,
बोला सर.
स्वयंभाव बसवंत महाविद्यालय शहापूर. तर नवीन NEP नुसार जे आपण PG साठी यावर्षी विद्यापीठानं खूप घाई केली आणि घाईमध्ये हे सर्व यावर्षी 23-24ला आपल्यावर मी लादलं म्हणणार नाही, पण ते इनडायरेक्टली लादलं गेलं. कारण या बाबतीमध्ये कसल्याही प्रकारच्या मिटिंगा झाल्या. सर्वात पहिलं तर आपली बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी नाही, आणखीन बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी नाही. पहिली बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी डिझॉल्व्ह झाली, नवीन ते 3 लोक निवडून आले, म्हणजे अनअपोज आले, कारण 3च ऍप्लिकेशन आले. आणि त्याच्यानंतर जे नॉमिनेटेड VC नॉमिनेटेड या राज्यपाल नॉमिनेटेड मेंबर असतात ते पण आले गेले नाही. आणि इनडायरेक्टली अप्रत्यक्षरित्या बऱ्याच जणांनी मला बोलले की हे बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी आहे आणि त्यांनी हा सिलेबस अप्रूव्ह केलेला आहे, याच्या वेगवेगळ्या मिटिंग झाल्या असं सांगितलं गेलेलं आहे आणि त्या संदर्भामध्ये तुम्ही सर्वांनी मिळून हा निर्णय घेतला आणि हा सिलेबस अप्रूव्ह केला. आता मला काय म्हणायचं की मुंबई विद्यापीठ एक डिपार्टमेंट जरी वेगवेगळे असले तरी जो इंटरनल एक्सटर्नल जो पॅटर्न असतो ते एक ठेवायचा असतो. पहिली गोष्ट. दुसरी गोष्ट, आपल्याला माहिती पोस्ट चांगली असते कॉलेजमध्ये, चांगली आता जास्त कामं कॉलेजमध्ये वाढलेली आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये NEP नुसार हा जो पॅटर्न आलेला आहे आणि माणसं नाहीत. जिथे 2-4 माणसं होती तिथे 1 माणूस आहे, जिथे 2 होती तिथं पोस्ट वॅकंट आहे, म्हणजे 50% पोस्ट वॅकंट आहे आणि CHD वर लोक भरले जातात. आता PG तर नॉन ग्रँट आहे आणि गव्हर्नमेंटच्या ग्रँटेड ज्या पोस्ट आहेत ऍडेड, जे आपण UG ला बघितलेल्या आहेत, त्याचे 11 महिन्यासाठी अपॉइंटमेंट केलं जातं, त्याच्यानंतर त्यांचं अप्रूव्हल येतं, त्याच्यानंतर ते JD ला पाठवलं जातं. JD वर्ष पगार देत नाही. काही कॉलेज, आमच्या कॉलेज सारखे, स्वयंभाव बसवंत कॉलेज सारखे काही कॉलेज आहेत की आमचं कॉलेज त्यांना अपॉइंटमेंट झाल्यापासून पगार देत आणि गव्हर्नमेंट पण आल्याच्या नंतर मी का सांगतो हे ऐकावं लागेल तुम्हाला, कारण आपण आज डिस्कस करण्यासाठी ठेवलेला. कारण अडचणी काय येतात काय येत नाही
प्रश्न आपल्या डिस्कस मध्ये येणारच नाही ना सर. आता जे
नाही बघ, ह्याच्या अगोदरचा प्रश्न पण नव्हता, वर्कलोडचा होता. नाही मी का सांगतोय, कारण तुम्ही सांगितलं नाही इंटरनल पॅटर्न तुम्ही 50 मार्कात सांगितलं ना, आपण त्याच्यात बदल करायचा म्हणून, बरोबर आहे की नाही? कारण आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये जसं हिस्ट्रीचा इंटरनल पॅटर्न आलेला आहे, एक्सटर्नल इंटरनल पॅटर्न तुमच्या जी म्हणजे आपल्या ह्या सर्क्युलर मध्ये जे रिझोल्युशन जो नंबर असतो आपला ना, डेट, त्याच्यामध्ये आलेला आहे. आपलं इकॉनॉमिक्स आलेलं नाही, कळतंय? इकॉनॉमिक्स आलेलं नाही. हा, मग त्याच्यासाठीच मी सांगतोय. हा, बोला.
एक गोष्ट तुम्हाला लक्षात आणून देतो, हा सिलेबस तात्काळ आपल्याला तयार करून देण्यामध्ये आपलं मुंबई युनिव्हर्सिटीचं डिपार्टमेंट जे आहे त्यांची भूमिका फार मोठी राहिलेली आहे. कारण त्यांचं खरं तर आपण आभार मानायला पाहिजे की मे महिन्यामध्ये सर आम्ही 2 महिने इथे काम करत होतो. अनिल सर परेशान होते, अनिल सर, की सगळ्यांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करून कोणी तिथं आलेलं नव्हतं आणि अशा परिस्थितीमध्ये त्यांनी हे सिलेबस तयार करून आपल्याला दिलेला आहे. खरं तर आपण त्यांना आभारच मानायला पाहिजे. आपले कोणी उपस्थित
आम्ही कोण काय म्हणलं तुम्हाला, आम्ही काय म्हणलं त्याच्याबद्दल काय म्हणलं, आम्ही काय सांगतोय तुम्हाला, मी इंटरनलच्या संदर्भामध्ये
बदल करू आपण निश्चितपणे. मीटिंग
काय करू आता तुम्ही, नाही आता तो आजवर संपणार, आम्ही म्हणणार खूप चांगला झाला वर्कशॉप, सर्वजण तुम्हाला धन्यवाद देणार, वर्कशॉप संपला. पण आता जे फॅकल्टी ऑफ डीन सांगितलेलं आहे की त्याच्यात तुम्हाला इंटरनल चॉईस दिलेला आहे, इंटरनल प्रत्येक डिपार्टमेंटनं सांगितलेलं आहे. तसं आपल्या डिपार्टमेंटवर सांगितलं होतं का की आम्हाला असं करायचं तसं करायचं? कारण तुम्ही जे स्लाइड दाखवली त्याच्यात काय सांगितलं की ही मी माझ्या बुद्धीनुसार किंवा माझ्या आयडिया मला आले त्याच्यानुसार केलेलं आहे, बरोबर आहे की नाही? ते आमच्या समोर तुम्ही ठेवलेलं आहे, ते आता ते ठेवायचे की दुसरं ठेवायचं, बरोबर आहे की नाही? बोला सर.
चर्चा करू. आपले जे
नाही चर्चा काय करा, एक तर काय तुम्ही प्रेझेंटेशन, असाइनमेंट, प्रोजेक्ट, त्याला पेपर प्रेझेंट करायला लावलं, त्याचा प्रोजेक्ट घेणं, एक तर माणसं नाहीत कॉलेजमध्ये शिकवायला.
50% पॅटर्न आहे, 50%
असू द्या, आपण त्याला त्याला जे 5 हेड मध्ये तुम्ही डिवाइड केले त्याला 2 हेड मध्ये करा. एक 20 मार्काची इंटरनल टेस्ट ठेवा आणि 30 मार्काचा प्रोजेक्ट ठेवा, हे करा तुम्ही.
त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा मिनिमम 3 क्रायटेरिया दिलेले आहेत. तुम्ही 3 भागामध्ये त्याचं विभाजन करू शकता.
20 मार्काचा प्रोजेक्ट ठेवा, 20 मार्काची इंटरनल टेस्ट ठेवा आणि किंवा असाइनमेंट किंवा इंटरनल टेस्ट, आणि 10 मार्काचं त्याचं ओव्हरऑल परफॉर्मन्स ठेवा.
चालेल. आपल्या असोसिएट डीन जे आहेत डॉक्टर मनीषा कर्णे मॅम यांच्यासोबत
आता हे कॉम्प्युटर ऍप्लिकेशनचा पेपर आहे, हा कोण शिकवणार?
कॉम्प्युटर ऍप्लिकेशन सर, आपल्याला पीपीटी बनवणं, आपण कॉम्प्युटर यूज करतो ना कॉलेजमध्ये, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी बेसिक आहे सर. तुम्हाला पुढे सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट जे आहेत त्याचे ते तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेन करून सांगतील ते पेपर कसा आहे तो. आणि ते पुढे जेव्हा विद्यार्थी रिसर्च करणार आहे त्या विद्यार्थ्याला एक्सेल काय असतं, आपला डाटा टॅब्युलेशन कसं असतं, ह्या सगळ्या बेसिक गोष्टी त्याला माहित असायला हवा. तो ब्लँक आहे स्टुडंट आपला आणि त्याला छोट्या मोठ्या गोष्टी कळायल्याशिवाय तो पुढे मोठे प्रोजेक्ट कसं करणार आहे? ह्या गोष्टी गरजेच्या आहेत सर. आणि काही ज्या गोष्टी असतात की आपल्याला जर समजा पूर्ण त्या बाबतीमध्ये आपल्याकडे जर नसेल तर आपण कॉलेज लेवलला त्याची व्यवस्था करता येईल. आपल्या कॉलेज लेवलला जे IT टीचर वगैरे असतात ह्यांना आपण तो शिकवायला पेपर देऊ शकतो. तिथे इकॉनॉमिक्सचा प्रोफेसर असलाच पाहिजे असं काही नाही.
अहो सर, पण प्राध्यापकांना संस्था जी आहे अनएडेड लोकांना ती का होऊन कुठल्या अर्थाने तो त्यांना पगार देणार, हा पण तर प्रश्न महत्वाचा घ्या ना. अहो संस्था अध्यक्ष काय बोलतील किंवा संस्था चालक काय बोलतील की आम्हाला तशा प्रकारचं काही सर्क्युलर नाही आलेलं, अशा प्रकारची आम्ही भरती नाही केलेली, अशा प्रकारचे माणूस आम्ही नाही भरलेले, आम्ही का होऊन पैसे द्यायचे, त्याला का होऊन पैसे पगार द्यायचा?
सिटी कॉलेजला एक वर्कशॉप झालं होतं, पाटील सर आपल्यामध्ये आहे, त्यांनी काही संस्था चालक सुद्धा त्या ठिकाणी बोलवले होते. अनेक प्रश्न होते असे, पण त्याला आपण काहीच करू शकत नाही ना सर. हे शासनाच्या समोर मांडायचे प्रश्न आहेत, त्याला बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी
अभ्यास व्हायला पाहिजे होता ना.
ते व्हायला पाहिजे. आमची पण तळमळ आहे की बरेच कॉलेज.
आणि सर माझी एक नम्र विनंती असेल की ना, हा जो सिलेबस सेट केलेला आहे हा MA पार्ट 2 चा जो जुना सिलेबस होता तो तसा पार्ट 1 ला लागू केलेला आहे NEP मध्ये. त्याच्यात काही नाविन्य नाही केलेलं. फक्त जो पार्ट 2 ला जो मी संपूर्ण सिलेबस वाचलाय ते मॅथमॅटिक्स वगैरे जे विषय कंपल्सरी जे ठेवलेले आहेत ते कंपल्सरी ठेवू नका. माझी नम्र विनंती आहे. ग्रामीण भागातला विद्यार्थी असतो आमचा, तो मॅथ्स नसावा म्हणून आर्ट्स घेतो आणि तुम्ही डायरेक्ट त्याला PG ला जर मॅथ्स आणि ऍप्लिकेशन असे विषय द्यायला लागले तर तुमचे ऑटोनॉमस कॉलेज चांगला क्रीम क्राऊड भेटत असेल तुम्हाला तिथे क्रीम पाव भेटत असेल त्यांना शिकवा इकॉनॉमॅट्रिक्स, त्यांना शिकवा मॅथमॅटिक्स. आमच्याकडे ग्रामीण भागातला विद्यार्थी असतो त्याला मॅथमॅटिक्स येत नसतं म्हणून तो आज घेतो आणि तुम्ही पीजीला जर कंपल्सरी जर मॅथ्स केला तर हे हा अन्याय झाला की नाही विद्यार्थ्यांवरती. मग हे एनईपी धोरण विद्यार्थ्यांच्या विकासासाठी आहे की त्यांच्या अधोगतीसाठी ठरवले गेले हे हा प्रश्न निर्माण पडतो. त्यामुळे माझी नम्र विनंती राहील संपूर्ण बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीला, संपूर्ण माझी सिंग सरांना पण नम्र विनंती असेल, तुम्हाला पण नम्र विनंती असेल की मॅथ्स सारखा किचकट विषय हा कंपल्सरी ठेवू नका. ज्यांना घ्यायचा त्यांना घेऊ देतो, ऑप्शनल मध्ये टाकवा.
पण मॅथमॅटिक्स सब्जेक्ट नव्हता, तो स्टॅटिस्टिकल आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये स्टॅटिस्टिकल स्ट्रुक्स आहे, सेंट्रल टेंडन्सी वगैरे आहे. तो फार इझी भाग आहे सर तो.
रिसर्च वर टाकलं ना तुम्ही, रिसर्च वर टाकलं, ह्याला का बरं रिपीट केलं परत? एक मिनिट मी बोलू का? फर्स्ट सेमिस्टरला सर रिसर्च मेथॉडॉलॉजी टाकलाय तुम्ही फर्स्ट इयरला, ह्याला का रिपीट केलंय? हा बोला
सर. मला म्हणायचं आहे, हॅलो
सर एक मिनिट तुम्ही,
हॅलो मिलिंद
नारनवरे सर एक मिनिट तुमच्या सर्वांच्या सजेशनचा मी मगापासून ऐकतोय. सर प्लीज बाकीचे लोक अनम्यूट करा. हॅलो
सर, मला 2 मिनिटं बोलायचं आहे.
नारनवरे सर जरा अनम्यूट करा तुमचा फोन.
हो
म्यूट करा सर. हा प्लीज. या वर्कशॉपमध्ये आपण सर्व सिनियर मंडळींनी ज्या काही मौलिक सूचना केल्या त्या सर्वांचं आपलं स्वागत आहे. सगळ्यात महत्वाची गोष्ट आहे हे एनईपी धोरण ज्या पद्धतीनं विद्यापीठाचा सिलेबस तयार झाला आणि याबद्दल जे आपल्या आदरणीय मोरे सर असतील, उबाळे सर असतील, या सर्वांनी जे काही भावना व्यक्त केल्या किंवा मेसेजच्या माध्यमातून सुद्धा बऱ्याच जणांनी आपल्या भावना व्यक्त केल्या आणि मी आपल्या सर्वांच्या मताशी अगदी 100% सहमत आहे. आणि ज्या दिवशी हा सिलेबस आला त्याच दिवशी मी एक व्हॉट्सअप मेसेज केला होता ग्रुपवरती आणि प्रत्येकाला सुद्धा की हा सिलेबस कोणी तयार केलाय, त्याच्यासाठी किती मीटिंग झाल्या, याची सब कमिटी कोण होती, या आणि
आवाज गेला सर. आवाज गेला सर.
सुरेश सर तुमचा आवाज नाही येत.
सर मी जरा बोलू का?
बोला ना तुम्ही तोपर्यंत. काय ते सुरू सरचा आवाज गेला तोपर्यंत तुम्ही मारून घ्यायच्या काय तर.
हा सर 2 मिनिटं, मग सुरसरी आल्यानंतर मी मागे घेतो. सर मला एक म्हणायचं आहे, ऍडमिशन जे आहेत जुलै ऑगस्ट मध्ये सुरू झालेले होते सर MA चे. मी विद्यार्थ्यांना 4 सब्जेक्टचे प्रोजेक्ट दिलेले होते आणि ऑलरेडी ही पॉलिसी जी आहे म्हणजे 2023-24 जी आहे ओल्ड पॉलिसी ऑलरेडी लागू होती आणि त्यामुळे सर्व विद्यार्थ्यांना प्रोजेक्ट दिलेले होते आणि त्यांचं सबमिशन सुद्धा झालेलं सर प्रोजेक्टचं. आणि यानंतर आता ऑक्टोबर 23 म्हणजे आता हे टर्म आता विंटर एक्झाम आता
सुरू आहे.
विंटर त्याला काय म्हणतात व्हॅकेशन आता चालू होणार आहे आणि 23 ऑक्टोबरला आज 23 ऑक्टोबरला हे आपण चालू करत आहोत आपण न्यू एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी आणि त्यानंतर दिवाळीच्या सुट्ट्या होतील. नोव्हेंबर मध्ये आम्ही लेक्चर सुरू करायचे, कधी कसं होणार आहे. आणि त्यातल्या त्यात आम्हाला 3 प्राध्यापकाची गरज आहे, फुल टाइम प्राध्यापकाची. आमचं हे मुंबई विद्यापीठातलं सर्वात मोठं कॉलेज आहे. BNN कॉलेज हे MA चं सर्वात मोठं कॉलेज आहे मुंबई विद्यापीठातलं. तिथे 46 स्टुडंट आहेत MA पार्ट 2 ला आणि 47 एका MA पार्ट 1 ला स्टुडंट आहे. त्यांचं कसं होईल सर सांगा मला, हे सांगा. आणि हे पहिल्यांदा या धोरणाला निषेध करत आहे सर. अतिशय नॉनसेन्स पॉलिसी आहे. सरकारने जनतेसाठी आणि विद्यार्थी केंद्रित केलं पाहिजे अभ्यासक्रम. सरकारने हे विद्यार्थी केंद्रित अभ्यासक्रम केला पाहिजे. विद्यापीठानं विद्यार्थ्याचं लक्ष विद्यार्थी केंद्रित केलं पाहिजे. परंतु विद्यार्थ्याला अगदी वाऱ्यावर सोडून दिलेलं आहे, प्राध्यापकांना सुद्धा वाऱ्यावर सोडून दिलेलं आहे आणि मनमानी हे धोरण चाललेलं आहे. कुठल्याही पद्धतीचं अजिबात नियोजन नाही आहे आणि विद्यार्थ्यांचं शैक्षणिक नुकसान कसं होत आहे या पद्धतीने गव्हर्नमेंट करताय सर. विद्यार्थ्यांचं शैक्षणिक नुकसान कसं होत आहे या पद्धतीने हे विद्यापीठ करताय. विद्यापीठाला जरी सुद्धा जाणीव नाही, काहीच जाणीव नाही. आणि या धोरणाचा मी निषेध करत आहे सर. अतिशय चुकीचं धोरण करत आहे गव्हर्नमेंटचा. इथं कुठलंही नियोजन नाही आहे याच्यामध्ये.
हॅलो
सर कसं आहे की आपण हे बघा
हॅलो सर
करण्यापेक्षा त्याला पॉझिटिव्हली घ्या आणि कसं शेवटी पॉलिसी बनवण्या
सर
आय थिंक
मला काय म्हणायचं आहे, मला साधी म्हणायचं आहे, विद्यापीठाला हे मान्यता हे माहित नाही का की 10 वर्षापासून नाही का प्राध्यापक भरती होत नाही आहे आणि प्राध्यापक रिटायर होऊन राहिले आहेत आणि पीजी शिकवणारे प्राध्यापक रिटायर होऊन लागले आहेत आणि जे सीएचबी गव्हर्नमेंटने जे विद्यापीठ काढले आहे त्याला नेट सेट हे दिलेलं आहे आणि कुठले संस्था त्याला पैसे देत नसतात.
ऑर्गनायझर मॅडम, shall I respond something?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Sorry for interruption in between.
नाही सर, हे सगळं बोलणं आता आपलं वायफळ आहे, त्याला काय अर्थ नाही.
मोरे
नाही सर, वायफळ नसते सर, वायफळ नसते. आपल्याला गव्हर्नमेंट विद्यापीठाने हे प्रॉमिस केलेलं होतं की 2023-24 पर्यंत हे ओल्ड चाललंय सिलेबस. मध्यंतरी हा सर जगभरामध्ये कुठेच पॉलिसी होत नाही सर. शैक्षणिक पॉलिसी ही सुरुवातीपासून चालू असते आणि हे नाही, हे रद्द करता येते सर, रद्द करता येते. हे होऊ शकत नाही सर, हे असं हे चुकीचं चाललेलं आहे, हे चुकीचं चाललं आहे सर. तुम्हाला एक सांगू का, एखाद्या स्टुडंटने जर का कोर्टामध्ये गेला तर विद्यापीठ पूर्ण ऑब्जेक्शन पूर्ण कॅन्सल करावं लागले सर. असं होऊ शकत नाही सर, हे चुकीचं चाललंय पूर्ण विद्यापीठाचं. विद्यापीठाने पूर्णतः वाऱ्यावर सोडलं सर विद्यार्थ्यांना, हे चुकीचं आहे. आम्ही आज आम्ही प्राध्यापक म्हणून आम्ही एवढी तरी आपली एक नैतिकता असली पाहिजे की विद्यार्थ्याचं शैक्षणिक नुकसान होऊ नये यासाठी जे काय केलं पाहिजे ते केलं पाहिजे आणि हे 1 वर्षापूर्वी विद्यार्थ्याला मिळायला पाहिजे होतं आणि प्राध्यापकांना मिळायला पाहिजे होतं.
सर, जस्ट अ मिनिट.
ओके मॅडम.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, what I feel is whatever our grievances are there, we'll do one thing immediately. Tomorrow itself we can do. We'll write down all our grievances in details. We'll submit the same to the concerned authority. University will do. Because here we don't have the authority who will address and take the final decision. So we'll continue our protest. If whatever we have, we'll put it before the madam, and if necessary, we'll completely go into deep and we'll reach to the vice chancellor, whatever our grievances are there. So instead of taking much time, we'll go for some more questions regarding evaluation. It's very important. So I request Manjushri madam to speak about whatever issues madam is having. Thank you. Manju madam, you can ask.
डोळे मॅडम, तुम्ही अनम्यूट व्हा, तुमचा माईक म्यूट आहे.
Dole madam, you want to ask something?
Hello ma'am, can I ask?
मैडम ने हैंड रेज किया था.
Meanwhile, can I ask ma'am?
Yes, madam has come.
मोरे सर बोला.
नाही झालं, कन्क्लूड करून टाकू आता.
सगळं मिळालं लागेल का याला? काय कॉन्फरन्स याला वर्कशॉप म्हणता का?
नाही सर, वर्कशॉप म्हणता येईल. काय होतं ना, हे ऑनलाईन घेतलाय, तुम्ही जर ऑफलाईन
नाही ऑफलाईन घेतलेलं बरं झालं असतं ना.
हॅलो.
हा, कारण लोक सगळे
ऑफलाईन मध्ये चर्चा झाली असती,
कामातून सुटका मिळाली असती.
हॅलो.
आणि महत्वाची चर्चा झाली असती ना.
करता येत नाही, बोलताच येत आहे.
काही बोलताय नुसतं गोंधळ चालू याला काय अर्थ आहे का?
500 रुपये तुम्ही घेतले असते, आम्हाला जे आवाज दिला असतं, सर्टिफिकेट दिला असतं,
हो बरोबर आहे,
बरं झालं असतं.
हॅलो.
सर, डोळे मॅडमना काहीतरी बोलायचं. 1 मिनिट.
हॅलो.
चर्चा याला काय अर्थ आहे का?
हॅलो.
डोळे मॅडम बोला.
फक्त एकच गोष्ट मला सांगायची होती की जर आपण ऑनलाईन चेक केलं बाकीच्या युनिव्हर्सिटीचं सुद्धा MA इकॉनॉमिक्सचं न्यू एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी प्रमाणेचं सिलेबस, तर आपल्याला लक्षात येईल की आपल्यामध्ये आणि त्यांच्यामध्ये बऱ्यापैकी तफावत आहे. उदाहरणच द्यायचं झालं तर जे 2 क्रेडिटवाले पेपर आहेत ते सुद्धा ऍक्च्युली इकॉनॉमिक्सशीच रिलेटेड असले पाहिजेत, कारण जनरली सगळीकडेच तसं केलंय. इव्हन MCOM मध्ये सुद्धा तसंच केलंय की त्यांनी त्यांच्या अकाउंटन्सीशी किंवा जे काही त्यांचं आहे विषय त्याप्रमाणेच त्यांनी ते 2 क्रेडिटचे पेपर घेतलेत. कम्प्युटर यायला हवा विद्यार्थ्यांना रिसर्चसाठी, ही गोष्ट खरी असली
तरी सुद्धा ते काही प्रॉपर इकॉनॉमिक्सशी रिलेटेड पेपर नाही आहेत. तर ती एक त्रुटी मला दिसली. दुसरी गोष्ट, ग्रोथ अँड डेव्हलपमेंटचा जो पेपर आहे तो मॅन्डेटरी मध्ये असायला हवा ऍक्च्युली, पण तो इलेक्टिव्हच्या अंडर टाकला गेलेला आहे. आणि ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग आणि फील्ड जॉब बद्दल सुद्धा प्रॉपर क्लॅरिटी येईल अशी कुठलीही सर्क्युलर म्हणा किंवा सिलॅबसशी जोडून जी काही सुरुवातीला प्रिअम्बल मध्ये माहिती असते, तर ती कुठलीही माहिती ना क्वेश्चन पेपर पॅटर्नच्या बाबतीत दिली गेलेली आहे, ना ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग किंवा फील्ड वर्क जे काही एक्सपेक्टेड आहे किंवा रिसर्च वर्क जे एक्सपेक्टेड आहे किंवा इंटरनल असेसमेंट जी आपल्याला 50 मार्काची घ्यायची, ते सगळं एक्सपेक्टेड होतं की सिलेबसच्या आधी जे लिहिलेली असते माहिती नॉर्मली, तर ती लिहायला हवी होती. कारण बाकीचं सिलेबस मी मुद्दामून कम्पेअर केलं इतर युनिव्हर्सिटीचं पण, आणि इव्हन मुंबई युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या सुद्धा इतर काही फॅकल्टीजचं मी कम्पेअर केलं, तर तिथे हे सगळं व्यवस्थित दिलेलं आहे. आता हे जे वादाचे विषय ते त्यामुळेच येत आहेत कारण ती पुरेशी माहिती आपल्याला दिली गेलेली नाहीये. तर माझं एवढंच म्हणणं आहे की ती पुरेशी माहिती व्यवस्थित डिटेल दिली पाहिजे, की क्वेश्चन पेपर पॅटर्न म्हणा किंवा इंटरनल असेसमेंट जे आपण करायचे ते म्हणा, ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग सुद्धा किंवा फील्ड वर्क जे काही आहे ते, आणि हे जे 2-2 क्रेडिटवाले कम्प्युटरचे पेपर आहेत ते मला असं वाटत नाही की ते डायरेक्टली इकॉनॉमिक्सशी रिलेटेड. कम्प्युटर हे सगळ्या रिसर्च स्टुडंट्सना यायला हवं, फक्त इकॉनॉमिक्सच्याच असं नाही. तर इतर युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या कुठल्याही युनिव्हर्सिटीच्या सिलेबसमध्ये सर असा कम्प्युटर वगैरे असा पेपर टाकलेला नाहीये. प्रॉपर इकॉनॉमिक्सचेच पेपर टाकलेले आहेत त्यांनी 2 क्रेडिटसाठी सुद्धा.
NEP सगळ्या विद्यार्थ्याला येतं मॅडम, आणि आता हा शिकवायचा कुणी, हा पण कॉलेज लेवलला प्रॉब्लेम आहे.
नाही, तो
प्रत्येक
तर
कॉलेज
प्रश्न
तेवढं strong
आहेच,
नाही.
पण
मग
मुळामध्ये समजा अगदी आपण शिकवायचं ठरवलं काहीतरी अरेंजमेंट करून, तरी सुद्धा ही तफावत का अशी, असं माझं म्हणणं
बरोबर
आहे.
आहे मॅडम. हे तर मी तुम्हाला पहिलं सांगितलं सर.
कुठला पेपर द्यायचा आहे हे पूर्णतः BOS वरती डिपेंड होतं. 2 क्रेडिट साठी कोणता
सर तुम्ही जे सांगता ना BOS, आता BOS आपलं काय सर, आपलं जे डिपार्टमेंट आहे युनिव्हर्सिटीतलं हे इंटरनॅशनल आहे. ओके, आणि आपण माझा जो शहापूरचा विद्यार्थी आहे, वाडा मोखाड्याचा विद्यार्थी आहे, जव्हारचा आहे, खालसा फोंडा घाटचा आहे, कणकवलीचा आहे, हे विद्यार्थी कुठले आहेत सर? कारण मी गेल्या आता किती वर्षापासून हेच मांडतो मी. राजापूरचा विद्यार्थी, माझ्या विद्यार्थ्याला कॉलेजला यायला रोज 30-40 किलोमीटर जावं यावं लागतं.
सर
आणि
त्याचं
तुम्ही
फार
कुठले
मोठं
पेपर
इव्हॅल्युएशन
टाकताय?
नाहीये. 2 क्रेडिट साठी तो पेपर आहे.
अहो
आणि त्याच्यात
अहो,
बेसिक
तुमचं
आहे,
सर बरोबर.
सर्व बेसिक आहे.
अहो
तुम्हाला
आमचं
सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट पुढे एक्सपर्ट करणार आहे, तुम्हाला लक्षात येईल तेव्हा पूर्ण बेसिक आहे तो.
तुमचं म्हणणं सगळं बरोबर आहे. कॉम्प्युटर पेपरच असतो सर. आणि पुन्हा तुम्ही जे स्टॅटिस्टिकल मेथड आपण रिसर्च मध्ये होता ना ते सर, तुम्ही परत खाली कशाला पेपर टाकला?
हे जर विद्यार्थ्याला नाही आलं,
स्टॅटिस्टिकल
तर
ऍप्लिकेशन
विद्यार्थी
कोणाला
पुढे
टाकायची
research
गरज नव्हती. ती कोण शिकवणार पेपर? कोण शिकवणार सर पेपर? तो मॅथमॅटिक्सच्या माणसाला शिकवायला लावा लागतो, आणि ती माणसं पाहिजे तिथे, ते पण नाही. काय सांगणार तुम्हाला? आम्ही गेल्या किती वर्ष सगळ्याच्या मनातलं बोलतो, ही मोरे बोलत नाही फक्त, हे सर्व जे लोक बोलतात बोलायला भिजतात. मी फक्त तुम्हाला स्पष्ट बोलतो, आहे का नाही? आणि त्याच्यामुळे किती आपलं आपलं डिपार्टमेंट युनिव्हर्सिटी आहे नाही, पॉलिसी मेकर आहे, इंटरनॅशनल आहे, नॅशनल लेवल त्याचं नाव रूप आहे, आणि त्यांच्या दृष्टिकोनाने त्यांनी सिलेबस केलेला बरोबर आहे त्यांच्या विद्यार्थ्याच्या समोर. पण तुमचे आमचे जे विद्यार्थी आहेत, आदिवासी पाड्यावरले विद्यार्थी आहेत, जे की शिक्षणाच्या प्रवाहामध्ये आता कुठे येईल, आणि हा असं सगळं करून त्याला आपण बाहेर टाकतोय, म्हणजे आपणच बाहेर टाकतोय त्यांना. प्रवाहामध्ये आपण आणतो आणि आपणच त्यांना बाहेर फेकतो हे असं करून. आणि मग तुम्ही तिथं त्या ठिकाणी का बरं तुम्ही विचार करत नाही त्या लोकांचा? ते मी प्रत्येक दिवस मध्ये बोलतो, याच नाही.
सर आमची आदिवासी मुलं आहे,
तुमचे
गोरे सर आमची आदिवासी मुलं आहे, आमचं काय?
तुमचे सजेशन्स घेऊन आपण पुढे जाऊया. BOS
काय घेणार सर? आता त्याच्यात बदल करणार का
आमचा
तुम्ही?
ट्रायबल
नाही
डिस्ट्रिक्ट आहे,
नाही, पुढे जाऊ नका. त्याच्यात काय बदल करणार तुम्ही
आमच्या
सांगा?
मुलाला कम्प्युटर ऍप्लिकेशन येईल का?
काय बदल करणार? स्टॅटिस्टिकल ऍप्लिकेशन जो रिसर्चचा पेपर होता ऑलरेडी, त्यावेळेला आम्ही कसं तर TY ला होता, BA ला, म्हणून त्याच्यावर ते पुढे भागत होतं मुलांचं.
आमचे मुलं आदिवासी असून काय करणार तुम्ही सांगा ना?
हॅलो
पुढच्या सेमिस्टरला परत ऍडव्हान्स
युनिव्हर्सिटीकडे
स्टॅटिस्टिकल
पाठवू
मेथड टाकलाय
आपण,
सर.
हॅलो
युनिव्हर्सिटीकडे पाठवू.
परत हे रिवाईज झालं पाहिजे. सगळ्या विनंती तुम्हाला,
सर
हा
कधी
सिलेबस
होणार
परत रिवाईज झाला पाहिजे.
सर आणि
Sir,
आणखी
नाही
एक
sure,
सर,
गोष्ट.
काय होत
tomorrow
नाही.
itself will draft
हॅलो
the
उगाच
letter
कॉपी पेस्ट
requesting
करून
the
चालत
हॅलो
नसतं.
and whatever issues are there, you
हॅलो
please send in the WhatsApp group. I will pick up the
बिग
same
इश्यूज आहे, बिग
and
इश्यूज.
I am noting down also
हॅलो
our
आपण
issues and
डिटेल्स नाव
problems and
टाकून तुम्ही
बोले
claims
सर याच्यावर चर्चा
queries.
करा.
हम कल ही एक
कशावर?
लेटर बना के यूनिवर्सिटी को
नाही रा
भेजेंगे.
किती आता
नाही
आम्ही
सर,
आदिवासी भागातले,
आता
आमच्या
लेटर
मुलांचं काय?
Next speaker is ready. So thank you very much, sir. We'll take, I think, Dr. Swati Raju is ready, I think, right? Madam is there? Thank you.
प्रत्येक वर्कशॉप मध्ये आपण रिझोल्युशन पास करतो, ते आपण विद्यापीठाला, बीओएस विद्यापीठाला पाठवतो. त्याच्यावर कसल्याही प्रकारचा निर्णय होत नाही. आपल्या विद्यापीठामध्ये अनेक अथॉरिटी बॉडी आणखीन हे झालेल्या नाहीत, नेमल्या गेलेल्या नाहीत. आता सगळं सध्या विद्यापीठ आपलं जर दोन गोष्टी सोडल्या तर सगळं इन्चार्जवर आहे. एक व्हीसी आणि प्रोडेसी सोडले तर सगळे इन्चार्जवर आहे. आणि त्याच्यामुळं
त्याचमुळे थोडासा इश्यू झालाय सर. आणि
ह्या ज्या सगळ्या गोष्टी मग तेवढं करायचं नव्हतं ना सर, पुढच्या वर्षी लावायचं. सगळ्या बॉडी ज्यावेळेस इस्टॅब्लिश होतात त्यावेळेस त्यांच्या समोर सगळ्याच्या गेलं तेव्हा हे लागू करायला पाहिजे होतं. आपण काय केलं ना, सगळं काय गडबडीत विद्यार्थ्यावर सोपलं आणि आमच्यासारख्या प्राध्यापकावर सोपून दिलं. तुम्ही बघा, प्राचार्य सांगतात तुम्ही बघा.
ते प्रश्न
प्राचार्याचं
आपण
काम काय असतं?
करू.
ऑर्डर सोडणं. त्या प्राध्यापक तिथं टीचर नाही, सीएसबी वाला असतो. काही लोक नियमानं पैसे देत नाहीत विद्यापीठातल्या सगळ्या बऱ्याच कॉलेजचे. 900 रुपये कोण देत आजकाल सांगा तुम्ही? देते मॅनेजमेंट.
टेक्निकल सेशन बरेच आहेत, आपण पुढे जाऊया थोडं.
Yes.
आणि तुमचे प्रश्न कळवा आम्हाला निश्चितपणे, आपण पुढे पाठवतो युनिव्हर्सिटीला.
Thank you, sir. Now we have a great lineup of speakers today. Here, they all guide us MA Semester 1 syllabus.
माझा आवाज अनम्यूट काय करतो? हे
As
जे
per
5
NEP
हेड आहेत
2020,
त्याच्या 3 हेड मध्ये काय करणार सांगा आणि पुढे चला. आणि पुढच्या याच्यात काही कुणाला हे नाही, सब्जेक्ट वाईज काय ते सिलेबस दिलेला असतो, रेफरन्स बुक
please,
असते.
sir, please. Our guest speaker, Dr. Swati Raju Madam, is accomplished expert with the wealth of knowledge. She is professor with Mumbai School of Economics and Public Policy. She started her teaching career of nearly 23 years as a research associate of Department of Economics, University of Mumbai. She currently teaches microeconomics and financial economics. She has also worked extensively in general economics. I request Professor Dr. Swati Raju ma'am will elaborate the paper Microeconomics MA Semester 1. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. मी मायक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स पेपर बद्दल बोलणार आहे आणि त्याच्यावर म्हणजे जो सिलेबस झालेला आहे त्याचं पहिलं मॉड्यूल जे आहे ते कन्झ्युमर प्रेफरन्सेसवर आहे. That module can basically be taught in way from simple to the difficult. पण इकडे जो आपल्याला सिलेबस दिला गेला आहे आणि त्याचे रेफरन्सेस दिले गेले आहेत ते MA साठी फेअरली मॉडरेट आणि सिम्पल लेवलवरच शिकवलं, म्हणजे ते सिलेबस दिलेलं आहे. तर कन्झ्युमर बिहेवियरमध्ये जनरली वी टीच डिमांड थिअरी टू स्टुडंट्स. It is a slight advancement over what we do in the undergraduate economics, BA economics program. So we start with preference ordering. Here we go from the absolutely simple of strict preferences, indifference, असे relations करतो, and then we try to say की कसं preferences ला काय काय properties लागतात. So we say that you have to have a consumer has to be rational. जे आपण इतके वर्ष शिकवतो, here we go a little ahead and say what does rationality mean, त्याचे काय properties असतात, ते काय satisfy करावं लागतं, ते असे 5-6 प्रॉपर्टीज आपण शिकवतो. आणि त्याच्यानंतर आपण बेसिकली देर आर कन्स्ट्रेंट्स टू कन्झम्पशन, कारण बेसिकली बजेट कन्स्ट्रेंट जो असतो म्हणून तो फिजिबल सेटचा विचार येतो. अँड हाऊ द कन्झ्युमर इज गोइंग टू बेसिकली have a maximization of consumption given his income constraints. मग जेव्हा आपल्याकडे इन्कम कन्स्ट्रेंट्स असतो तेव्हा आपण ते प्राइस इफेक्ट्स आणि वेल्थ इफेक्ट्स अँड बोथ फॅक्टर्स प्राइसेस अँड वेल्थ इन्फ्लुएन्स कन्झ्युमर डिमांड. म्हणून ॲज वी ऑल नो ॲज टीचर्स ऑफ इकॉनॉमिक्स आपण कंपॅरेटिव्ह स्टॅटिक्स इकडे करतो. Comparative statics kartana we have two approaches of doing it. Either we can do it diagrammatically looking at price effects and wealth effects, किंवा आपण matrix notation पण घेऊन करू शकतो depending upon the comfort level of our students and what they are able to understand. So it is left to individual teachers to decide whether they want to do the matrix form or they want to stick back and go back to the earlier kind of the diagrammatic form. If we decide to do the diagrammatic form, then we have only a slight advancement over the BA syllabus. But if we do it the matrix form with some understanding of little bit of maths to students as a representation, then it will give them that yes, this is also another way in which we have taught the same price and wealth effects. त्याच्यानंतर दॅट मॅट्रिक्स मधनं घेऊन आपण स्लॅट्सकी शिकू शकतो आणि तसं इफ यू आर नॉट कम्फर्टेबल देन वी कॅन ऑलमोस्ट डू स्लॅट्सकी substitution effects from the diagrammatic mode. Gravel and Rees is a book that has been suggested in the syllabus and that is the easiest one can have for teaching several of these properties. झाल अँड रेनी जो हा पुस्तक आहे तो खूप इट इज अ बुक विच हॅज अ लॉट ऑफ डिस्क्रिप्शन बट इट इज technically more demanding in terms of prior knowledge as compared to Jhal and Rennie, compared to Gravel and Rees. And then we have the measuring welfare effects of a price change, which is basically looking at our equivalent and compensating variation. The bigger part of this change here, that is two major kinds of functions that we need to teach, which is the dual of the utility maximization problem, which is the indirect utility and expenditure function. This is basically taken from an already existing syllabus, and it has also been simplified because Roy's identity, which is another dual function of the utility maximization problem and is almost rather more mathematical in demanding in its requirement, has basically here been left out. And you can look at the properties of the functions, and these are pretty easily done in the textbook, which is Gravel and Rees. Has Madam Savitri raised her hand for what I am talking, or is it for something else? Okay, fine. So then we have come to our second one, which is all of you are very familiar with production, cost, and supply. This is if you look at the textbook, which is Gravel and Rees, that is the main textbook across all the 3 or 4 modules that we are looking at. It is one concise text. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये प्रोडक्शन फंक्शनचे प्रॉपर्टीज जे आहेत आणि टाइप्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन वी आर सेइंग इट्स कॉप डगलस अँड सीईएस. ट्रान्सलॉग जर आपण हे कॉप डगलस सीईएस आणि ट्रान्सलॉग वी हॅव टू बेसिकली डू इट फ्रॉम हॅल्वेरियन. You can also do it from Halvarian Intermediate Microeconomics, which is a much simpler, less mathematical way of doing it as compared Intermediate Economics as compared from the Halvarian Microeconomics itself. Variations in scale and variations in input proportions is best done diagrammatically. तसंच कॉस्टचं पण बरंचसं diagrams through आपण केलेलं आहे आणि one can also do it mathematically in terms of using first order conditions. In colleges where first order conditions are easy to do, then you can show it as in terms of using calculus. Otherwise, we standard have our simple formulas of explaining the same thing. Looking at the only dual function again here is the cost function, and likewise the other dual function that we have is the profit function. So these are basically coming from the production function. They are duals to the production function, and the profit maximization is also minimum cost and maximum profit is the objective of the form, and therefore they are basically from the idea of duality. तिसरा मॉड्यूलवर आपण जेव्हा आपण बघू विचार करू तो कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह मार्केट्सचा आहे. this is a module which is basically a pre-runner to module 4. When you do it from gravel and reese, it has this one fundamental advantage, that it tries to explain to all of us how Walrasian general equilibrium, or what is the idea of a Walrasian equilibrium, that can be explained. Because generally when we talk of general equilibrium, we mean Walrasian general equilibrium, and then we say that it is a coming together of all factor markets, consumer markets, producer markets, and all markets put together. And that has to be, there is no other alternative but to do it in terms of a system of equations. But what this module, basically the theory of competitive markets, and basically when you do it from Gravel and Reese, tells you what helps students understand what is this idea of Walrasian equilibrium, which talks on the process of tatonma, and how the umpire is there to put prices in place. And the focus here should be basically the Marshallian approach. The other alternative way of looking at Walra is also Marshall. And what Marshall's approach allows us to do is, it allows us to bring in the idea of expectations in the system of equilibrium. And that is the advantage of Marshall, which is not possibly can be explained in Walra, and which is why the Marshallian approach becomes important. Ata gravel and reese मध्ये तुम्ही which I have kept as the completely do away with the distance approach, and the receptive, that is students actually push in the distance function approach if needed. तसं बघायला गेलं तर stability of long run equilibrium, stability of Walrasian equilibrium, stability of Marshallian equilibrium, जे काही सगळं आहे ते सगळं with the help of diagrams हे gravel and reese मध्ये अति very simple language मध्ये होऊ शकतं. And the last module that we have to talk about is the general equilibrium and welfare economics module. इकडे बघायला गेलं तर Walrasian general equilibrium चा जो definition आहे of a competitive economy, it is best done through a system of equations. ते gravel and reese मध्ये पण जर तुम्ही बघायला गेलात तरी it seems difficult, पण थोडा आपण विचार केला तर it is not difficult. You can jump to major equations and explain to students what are those major equations, whether and therefore it is, because that is the best way to do it. An alternative to doing understanding the general equilibrium from the Walrasian method is to understand Edgeworth. The beauty of Edgeworth approach to understanding equilibrium is it allows for the process of bargaining, which in the general equilibrium Walrasian framework one doesn't have. So Edgeworth allows this process of bargaining, and that is why one studies Edgeworth. All of us, even in college, have taught about the Ricardo's comparative cost advantage using the Edgeworth box diagram. And here we basically simply only teach how you go from a position of disequilibrium misallocation to a position of allocations which are on the contract curve, and therefore in effect therefore satisfy Pareto. Then that is why you have to, one does Edgeworth before we come to Pareto. And the first and second theorems of welfare economics can be done either in the form of diagrams, but that facility is not there in gravel and reese to understand. So one can go to an appropriate text that is there. Maybe one can actually use maybe Tandon, or one can use Varian Intermediate or Das for that part of understanding the first and second theorems of welfare. Externalities and market failure is basically here again. Is into that area which is at the edge of micro and takes us into public economics, which you all will automatically do in the second semester. And therefore one understands externalities and market failure here. And market failure basically gives the cause as to why when markets fail, is there a need or understanding for government intervention is what is needed. So this is basically the 4-module course. I think substantial amounts of mathematical requirements required to prove the stability of a Walrasian general equilibrium or the uniqueness of an equilibrium are basically not here in the syllabus, because if one has to do it with any amount of rigor, then one requires to recourse to some amount of calculus that is required. Now, if that is difficult, I think this syllabus as it stands is fairly simple. It's fairly comprehensive. It's a little above our what we do, above the much above what we do in BA, and that's how an MA syllabus should be. Talking of the references, I think the book like Gravel and Reese, Das SP, and Varian Microeconomics are very, very useful. in case our students find it difficult or have not understood the basic concept sometimes when they have forgotten, then I think a good book to go would be the Intermediate Microeconomics by Halvarian. ते अगदी सिम्पल आहे, इंग्लिश पण खूप सिम्पल आहे, त्याच्यात देर इज नो मॅथमॅटिक्स यूज इन इंटरमिडिएट मायक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स by Halvarian, and it's a good text for all of us. So it's a good starting, like a good dictionary to understanding the concepts of microeconomics. So this is basically, if you follow these 2-3 textbooks, then we can help our students achieve the course outcome, that is understanding a nuanced approach of all the 4 agents that are there in all the 3 major agents in microeconomics that we teach of: the consumer, the producer, the firm, and then put all of them together and achieve a general equilibrium of the economy. So it gives them both kinds of theoretical aspects and analytical tools, because if anyone wants to do finance or understand finance, much of financial markets is learned in the general equilibrium framework and not in the partial equilibrium analysis that we do, and consequently it will give them the theoretical and the analytical tools to understand various approaches that one wants to do. So even if one wants to do banking theory and one offers a paper in banking, then you have 2 theory topics and you have 2 application topics, can be Indian economy. But if a student wants to do something in finance theory or banking, then I think the tools of microeconomics are essential, and this paper will help cover that. So, madam, with this, I have anything that we have opened for this. I've finished what I have to say. If there's anything else that one can ask, I'm willing to respond. Any questions ahead?
Dear participants, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask to madam.
Madam, which 3 reference book you told, madam? Will you please repeat it?
Kai बोला? I can't hear you. Please, can you please come back?
You referred some textbook, no, madam?
Yeah, that I had said
book.
Gravel and Rees, and it is one of the suggested textbooks in the reference book in the syllabus.
Any other? Thank you, madam, for guidance on microeconomics and elaborative the references and other information for module course MA semester 1 and what are the requirements to teach. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Our next valuable resource person is Professor Dr. Suresh Mind, sir. Presently, he is a member of Board of Studies and member of University Standing Committee. He is also Director of Academy for Administrative Career, UPSC and MPSC Center. His teaching career nearly 20 years. Currently, he is a professor in Mumbai School of Economics and Public Policy. He is PhD guide also. Dr. Mind, sir, guide us about the macroeconomics paper, MA semester 1. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. I think respected Dean of the Humanities, Professor Singh sir, Principal Singh sir, our Director, Professor Manisha Karne madam, and Associate Dean of the Economics, Organizer Team, Professor Ubale sir, Janki madam, all the BOS member Balaji Surase and other team, and all the participants in this workshop. Thank you, madam, for this invitation. I heard about that the few discussions. From that, I would just respond in this concern. This syllabus which is going to implement from the next year. So some queries I think which was raised regarding the how can deal right now in the mid of year, that was truth. So I feel that and the administrative things which will be responded from the I think administration, and definitely whatever grievances raised by the faculties which are I think from the ground level, and we should consider in the final incorporation of the syllabus. So with that, that the responsibility which has given to me about this macroeconomic syllabus. So I think I'm sharing that syllabus with here, and we can see that as I think Maurice sir was talked about it. There is nothing much changes bring in the syllabus. या सिलेबसमध्ये फार काय चेंजेस आणलेले नाही आहेत, कारण घाई गडबडीने ज्या काही फक्त रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग थिंग्स विच आर डन मोस्टली इन द मेनी पेपर्स. सो आय थिंक त्यामुळे फार काय अशी अडचण शिकवण्यामध्ये आपल्याला येणार नाही. पण काही जे पेपर्स नवीन आलेले आहेत तर ते पेपर्स डेफिनेटली आपल्याला मला वाटतं कव्हर करावे लागतील. सो माय स्क्रीन इज विजिबल.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so concern to macroeconomics, as you know that the earlier from the earlier times, kindly mute yourself. Okay, so I think as macroeconomics already, which was in the practice that carried forward in this NEP also. So this has the 4 modules. Each module is required to a minimum of 15 lectures, and as usual, that the national income and social accounting, which is the first module of this syllabus. Whereas expected to teach about the national income accounting concepts, accounting identities, which are formulated with some formulas that is required to teach. Similarly, inflation and price indices also required to teach with the references. That references which I will share at the end, which is given in the list. Social accounting concept, which also required to take in the different books. I feel that Don Bosco Fisher book have best elaboration of that. You can refer for that, and Rao's book also, which is referable for this elaboration. Features and types of the social accounts, which is also given with the details. National income and the product account, which is the another small chapter of this module, which is required to deal with that the income, national income and products accounting, and that details what is given in that formulas. As a theory also we can go with that the formula, or in the calculative manner if we are comfort, we can do the practice also. So that both flexibility which have in this first module. So I feel that that is carried forward. Input output accounting, which is also there in the methodology, what is the details has given, we can I think teach with the again a reference of Don Bosco Fisher book, which is dealing with the I think proper manner. Flow of fund and accounts, which is required to know I think as a students of economics regarding the macroeconomy, how is going to flow, and that things which is given in the details. So overall, this first module carries regarding the national income accounting and social accounting, which as a part of I think macroeconomy. We require to go little up level, because at the graduate level also we taught them about the is basic things. So here, which is expected to little grow with the references. So this is the first module, outline of the first module. As mentioned, 15 lectures are required, 15 hours are required. Just go through the second module, which again carry forwarded as from the last syllabus. I think nothing is new in this second module. Consumption, expenditure and investment analysis, which having that the absolute income hypothesis and relative income hypothesis. Here we have scope to calculate with the numerical things, because in the earlier I think graduation level also some part which was studied by the students. So as you are confirm I think comfort, you can use it as per your references, because that permanent income hypothesis, life cycle hypothesis, having some formulas, as you know. So we have scope for that I think numerical calculations. But if the students are not comfortable, we can go with the theory, diagrammatic analysis and that. So I think there is that outline which guided like that. Investment type of the investment, determinants of the investment, marginal efficiency of the capital, MES, that concept and that details, I think we require to teach. Supply price of the capital, SP, which required to go. Then perspective yield of the capital with POI and FRB, MIT Federal. Means here I think this is addition happened regarding the Federal Reserve System and Massachusetts Institute of the Technology, which is a little bit addition in this syllabus. So we can refer from the again I think little Don Bosco Fisher books, and other books also will be help for this particular preparation. So this is the broad outline of the second module, which having again 15 lectures are required for this completion. Just go for the third module, inflation and trade cycles, which was again in the last syllabus of MA. Then theories of the inflation, demand pull and cost push factors, which required to refer. Keynesian theory, inflation and GDP means that relation with the inflation, which is required to do. Trade cycles, anti-cyclical policies, theories of the trade cycles, Hicks, Schumpeter, and Goodwill, and that Samuelson, that theories which expected to teach. So I think that in the reference list has given that related to international economics things, some books we should refer for this elaboration with the students. Or I think if you go for the fourth module, supply and demand for money, which carrying that the components of the money supply as a part of macroeconomics, I feel that which is carried forward again in this paper, and it deals with the different component of the money supply, measures of the money supply, and that concept, which in the details we require to teach them. I think M1, M2, M3, and that all M4 concept. So determinant of the money supply, that factors and yeah, responsible factors, and the details we require to discuss. Classical approach of the money supply or monetary supply we should discuss. Cambridge approach, Keynesian approach, liquidity. I think you all are familiar with this all the things. So we should, I think, refer this reference list which is given from the list. I think only one book which is not in the list, that the Rao's book, which is also referable. So I think this is the outline of macroeconomics. And as I said that there is not much revised things as incorporated. So if you go for the details, I think that the given references are suitable as your I think comfort zone. You can refer that references for your I think lectures, and that deal with the student. So I think from my side, which is the outline has decided, as Ankush More sir rightly mentioned that की आम्हाला माहिती आहे, लिस्ट दिलेली आहे आणि सिलेबस पण माहिती आहे. So that further things are I think up to us की how to deal with the students with the proper references or whatever comfortable to them. That is also important part. So I think if you had any queries, doubt असतील तर आपण विचारू शकता. So thank you, Janaki madam, from my side. So now floor is open for the discussion about
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Dear friends, if anybody have any doubt about this paper, please ask.
गो हेड. कोणी नाही, डाऊट नाही मॅडम, पुढे जा. बोला बोला. आय थिंक
Dear participants, if anybody have any doubt about this paper, please ask now. Pramod sir, any question? Your hand is raising. Please unmute yourself and ask.
No, madam. It's by mistake, madam. No, madam. No question, madam.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for guiding us on macroeconomics, elaborative references, and other things. And what are the requirements to teach in 4-module course under macroeconomics? Now, our next speaker is Dr. Anjali Masargupte ma'am. Dr. Anjali Masargupte ma'am has a research interest in the area of developmental economics. She currently working as a visiting faculty at Mumbai School of Economics and SNDT University. She worked as an associate professor at the Department of Economics, Wilson College, Mumbai. She holds MPhil and PhD degrees from the University of Mumbai. She has Also worked as a member of Maharashtra team working on a national research project sponsored by UGC. Today, she described research methodology paper semester 1 with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Um, Thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me. Secondly, I would also like to clarify that I am not a part of framing of the syllabus. But as I'm handling the paper at the university, so I was requested to go through or guide this through this paper. First, I would like to say that if you look at the course outcomes, they clearly say that it is essential to develop analytical skills and sufficient knowledge about quantitative as well as qualitative research. So I think there needs to be a balance between two approaches. And coming to the modules per se, of course, the second course outcome says to enable the students in data collection, presentation, analysis, and drawing inferences with various statistical hypotheses based on economic problems. So this second course outcome definitely emphasizes more on quantitative analysis. So the balance needs to be maintained by teachers depending upon the abilities and interest and of the students, how they are able to cope with statistical analysis. Because anyway, as we go through now, assuming or one has to really look at the fact that students have good enough background of that, then of course the concepts in research methods can go a little faster. But if not, then it is very important to make them understand how to design a research problem. And once they understand how to design a research problem and how to design research objectives and questions, I think the task becomes far too more easy. If they are not so equipped, I mean, looking at the large number of students, it is better to provide them a proper insight or proper little more understanding of how they can design a research problem. And once they know how to design a research problem, I think the other concepts become easy, like what could be the sampling, or what could be the sampling design, as to where they could get the sample. Should they have a stratified sample? Should they have a purposeful sample? Because in quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis, you definitely go for purposeful sample. That is, your sample is definitely decided upon with prior understanding of the lived experience of the participants. So the basic difference between qualitative and quantitative definitely needs to be sorted right in the beginning, because we don't so far in economics we have not dealt with qualitative analysis so much in detail. But now onwards, even the current Nobel prize winner, she has also used archives, and she has also, so seems to be a shift towards the qualitative analysis also. So that needs to be brought about to the students. Now for this, there is one, the Creswell's book is given here, but there is one more Creswell book. I will give you the title of that in a while. Okay, so that is also a good book to differentiate between quantitative and qualitative analysis for the students, as well as mixed methodology, mixed research methodology. So as the first module basically deals with the basics of research, and therefore a research question, validity in the data gathering. Again, qualitative, quantitative, the data gathering processes are different. So good to explain to students that they are not identical, or they cannot be the same. And of course, now the sampling and non-sampling error, all of us know what the differences are. But the when you speak about non-sampling error, as we know, there could be a problem with the structure or the framework of the research itself. So that also you can explain, and we can take any research book, basic research book, explains the difference between sampling and non-sampling error. Now, sample size determination, again, in quantitative, we know there is a statistical principle of central limit theorem or large number. But in qualitative, it's different, because in qualitative, we emphasize on first, what is the lived experience. So it depends whether it is one person, two person, a group of people. But one basic principle that is applicable in qualitative is you have to reach a point of saturation. That is, you don't have similar sample or similar objects to be researched. So again, that difference has to be clarified to the students, that there is a little conceptual difference in the sampling size between qualitative and quantitative. Now, ethics in research, we all deal with plagiarism, and of course, in qualitative, once again, you have to emphasize on being sensitive to the sample, or being sensitive to the privacy of the people whom you are taking as research sample. So there are a few more ethical requirements as far as qualitative research is expected. So please just emphasize that, and you have to be empathetic, and you have to be, there are certain privacy requirements that need to be met. Okay. Now, this intellectual property and honesty, yes, it goes without saying. Research integrity, it's more important even in qualitative analysis. So please, you have to emphasize on that. Now, coming to module 2, I see a little challenge here, because I don't know what will be the quantitative understanding of students. And apparently in your syllabus, the except maths, I think econometrics gets introduced in the next semester. So dealing with this module is going to be really challenging. Uh, as of now, I can suggest is, if you can look at the basic statistics and and give understanding of ANOVA and regression analysis, and of course, best is to make them understand different scales of measurement, as we know, interval scale and ratio scale, etc., and also parametric and non-parametric tests. So if they understand that, then probably they will know which test to apply where, as they learn statistical methods. I have one simple book for statistics. I mean, it deals with all the concepts, but it deals in a more pictorial manner. So if permitted by the chair, I will share that book with you all. Probably part of it, if students find it interesting and they can easily learn, I think that will be a good idea. Otherwise, I think teachers will have to figure out what level of quantitative methods can be administered at, depending upon the receptivity of the students. So I leave this module for the discretion of the teachers, but it is good to introduce the basic concepts like factor analysis, discriminant analysis, and basic correlation regression, and most important, scale of measurements and parametric and non-parametric tests. So if they know this much, at least they are mentally prepared as and when they get introduced to statistics, probably they will be able to appreciate its application. Okay. Coming to module 3, which is mostly qualitative research and data collection procedure. Now here it is not, it is implied that in qualitative research there are 5 approaches or 5 strategies. And Creswell's book, which is there in the reference list, definitely deals with these 5 approaches in sufficiently detailed manner, in fact, lot more detailed manner. If one doesn't go to that detailed process, but it gives you a fairly good idea as to what are these 5 approaches. And once you understand these 5 approaches, it automatically gives you an insight into the sample design. For example, if you have a narrative, so it's generally a 1 or 2 sample design, and how it goes. So automatically it gives you insight into what sort of sample needs to be collected, how the sample can be collected, and what are the fundamental differences, or where these strategies can be applied. And another Cresswell's book, which is more fundamental, it also gives you it differentiates between all 5 approaches. So it's good idea. It gives you fairly good idea as to how qualitative research framework can be applicable, or how it can be sorted. It gets sorted at that level itself. Okay. So yeah, procedure for designing and setting up of qualitative research study. Again, setting up is basically either a researcher is an observer or a researcher is a participant, because you have to, in qualitative analysis, all the research happens at the field, that is actually in the real life situation. So the setting up of a situation, either it can be more pre-designed, that is, you actually approach the participants and then you have either an interview or observation or interaction, or it could be natural. Say for example, right now we are having a war, and you sometimes you do interview a few participants or a few people who are actually part of that chaos which is happening. Otherwise it can be just an outsider as a researcher who is an observer. So depends upon the researcher's role. You can decide, or you can do the setting up of the study framework. So that also is well given in Cresswell's book, which is part of the reference list. So that can be used extensively for the data collection, as well as preparing the background, preparing the field setup, and understanding the role of the researcher. And of course, confidentiality, all of it is dealt with in sufficiently detailed manner in Cresswell's book. It also deals with mixed methodology, that is a combination of the two. Both Cresswell's books do deal with this, so I think students will find it easy to, it's like one point information that you get generally. Yeah, even data collection in qualitative research, everything is well, even the types of interview, structured to unstructured, everything is dealt with in these 2 books. So I think safely for the module 3 and first, these 2 books are fairly good. If you get some more references and some more material, it is always good. And of course, last, representation, writing and presentation. Now, a lot of research methodology books do give this basic structure of writing. And incidentally, the reference list is more about qualitative research. So I would like to say that here you have to once again differentiate between quantitative, how do you write, and qualitative, what are the different approaches to writing. They're not basic, very broadly. It's a broad difference, not a very basic difference. Of course, in qualitative, it's more descriptive. In quantitative, it is of course very structured, because generally in economics you use hypothesis, and there is a narrative which is very clear and formulated. So you need to abide by that framework. Whereas in qualitative, the framework is flexible, and depending upon the inputs that you get on the field, you have to formulate the writing pattern. Okay. Then, of course, computer-assisted content analysis. Now, once again, in Cresswell's book, there is, these days, of course, there are some websites which I have not known, but apparently the book does refer to the websites where it assists the research process. So if possible, if teachers are able to visit the website and learn more about it, personally, I am not equipped with that. But otherwise, of course, generally what computer assists in terms of writing, in terms of providing footnotes, and that regular structure of references, and of course graphs and charts, which we have been conventionally using. That also gives good enough support to the students, so that can be done. And role of theory in data analysis. Now again, theory, the approach to theory in qualitative and quantitative is slightly different. In quantitative, we take the theory first and then formulate the hypothesis. That is, theory becomes a precondition for research. Whereas many a times in qualitative, which is a real life experience, for example, COVID, nobody knew what COVID is going to pan out as or what it was. Initially, we had no reference points to deal with or to refer to. So there are certain I won't say theories that solid theories like Einstein's theory, but certain theoretical associations have been built up over a period of time. Say, for example, economic impact that COVID had on people or on children, and people have sort of developed theories which are not a very structured or something like Marshall's theory, but definitely some few theoretical underpinnings have come up. So again, in quantitative and qualitative, the theory plays different role. Theory is theory, but in quantitative, it's a precondition, whereas in qualitative, it follows. So there is a approach strategy called grounded theory. As teachers get acquainted, I'm sure they will be more familiar and will know the discretion better. Then, of course, completing the analysis and report writing is same, whether it is qualitative or quantitative. Of course, your research design needs to specify that. And originality, transparency, all of that goes without saying. Now, just one observation here. The case study, analysis and interpretation of the data. Actually, conventionally, case study is one of the strategies of qualitative analysis. So either it can be dealt with in the previous section, that is previous module, or you can deal with it as a separate what I should say pattern in the fourth module. So teachers can use their discretion, I'm sure. And I think I have dealt with except module 2, which I agree is going to be quite challenging. So maybe you can arrive at some consensus as to how much of statistics can be introduced at this level, and whether it could be more of conceptual. Like as I said, they definitely need to understand the different measurements and parametric and non-parametric tests, and in parametric which tests are applicable, and in non-parametric which tests are applicable. So as they start learning more statistics, I'm sure they will get a better insight. I can share 2 books to the organizers, which with the permission of the chair can be shared with teachers as well. So I think from my side, I'm done, ma'am. In case there are any questions and if I'm able to address, I'll be glad.
Please share your presentation. Ma'am, please share your presentation with us. If anyone have any doubt, please ask madam.
Madam, can I just talk? I just want to know that you were saying one more book is there other than Creswell.
Yeah, I will share that. I will
could you just tell it so that we can note down.
I will type it. I will type it in the chat.
Okay, and we'll be
getting
getting
a Creswell book. It's the author is same. I'll just type the title here.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question? Meantime, I'm typing the.
One more question, like say if the students are not having much knowledge about this background, because RM is a very vast subject.
Yes.
And staff members are saying where to start, how to start and end it, etc. And mathematically also they will not have much of the time because MA students just have come from their undergraduate.
Yeah. Yes.
So can we just focus on the descriptive part?
Sure. What I would suggest is if you can emphasize more on how to prepare the research question. I think that that can give them a good deal of confidence also. If you can start with research question That is research problem, research, how to formulate research objectives, and how to formulate research questions.
That they can
There
use
is a
for
simple
their.
method. There is a simple method. If I can share my PPT, ma'am, can I share my PPT?
I think we'll be very thankful to you if you do that.
Yeah,
Because
I will do. There is a one practical method which I generally teach with my students. So if I can share, yeah, I will just share the. Yeah, it's not letting me share. Ma'am, hello,
um,
organizers.
can they put it on that WhatsApp group? Can Janaki madam put it on the WhatsApp group if she does not mind it?
Sure.
Request.
But
It's
it's
a
an
request.
old, just 1 minute, Malti ma'am.
Yes.
It's an old, I mean, I had done a workshop with Meghna Desai.
Okay.
So I had prepared that presentation.
Yeah.
But it is
Meghna.
applicable. I mean,
Yeah.
it can be applied everywhere. So please forgive me for the, it's an old.
No, but then what I can do, can you put at least your number in that group, because we can, you can put it personally for those who need it.
I will share the details with the organizers, because there is a group anyway where they can share it.
Yeah, then and those who want, let them take it. Those who don't want need not take it, because they need not.
Yeah, of course, you can always use discretion, because everybody is
That's
as
true.
intelligent as
Students,
may
the
want to.
students' ability in every college is different. No, that is why I asked.
Yeah, no, and it's good to do a basic research methodology framework, because not many are
aware of it. Correct.
And they may not be comfortable also, because not all are research oriented.
No,
we have
that
to
is
accept that.
Yeah.
We have to accept that that all are not very research oriented. This is by Cresswell.
Okay. Research design, qualitative, quantitative.
Yeah, it's a good basic book. Even students will find it easy to deal with. So,
Madam, just once more, you put it there before I write it. It went out. Sorry to disturb you. Just one more second. Could you just put that on the screen?
What?
That research design you put, na? Quantitative and qualitative. Just once more, you put that book.
One sec.
Madam, Malti madam, just open your chat box. In chat box, it is there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
in chat box it is
Okay.
there, and you can download. It's the soft copy is also available.
Okay.
So it's easily accessible,
Okay.
and it's a good basic book to understand qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methodology.
Okay.
Only thing, it doesn't deal with all 5 approaches in detail, which is dealt with in the second, the Cresswell's book, which is part of the reference list.
Okay, then. Thank you.
I think these 2 books to begin with are good enough.
Okay.
And as I said, I have one quantitative analysis book, which I'll share with ma'am. See if that helps, because it's tutorial, it's more easy. So part of it, at least, we can introduce the basics. That will be great. And I'll also share the PPT. If I can share the PPT on the... it's not allowing me to attach files.
No, because this is all set for that workshop, so it will not accept it. Okay, we'll see that. Anyway, thanks for all the...
It's not allowing me to... It is not allowing me to attach the PPT. Otherwise, I would have done here.
Okay.
I will send it to ma'am.
Okay, then. Very kind of you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much. And the paper pattern is, I think, 50-50 for RM also. So 50% is for internals, 50% is for externals. I think that's clear. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm thankful to the organizers. Whatever inputs I could give, thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you, Acha. Thank you, madam. Thank you for your elaborative explanation on research methodology. Those students of TYBA, students of TYBA who opt for 6 economics, they study research methodology. But whereas 3 eco students, they doesn't come with the research background. So
Some
the
colleges, I think they offer mathematics and research as optional. So
yeah,
it's
madam.
very difficult to prima facie, you don't know whether they have done or no. So depending upon the your crowd, or depending upon the students and also their understanding, you can decide how to go about it. And I would suggest best way is to make them understand how to design a research problem, how to design research objectives, and how to design research questions. Once they are good with that, I mean, they understand that, then design and rest of it becomes easy. One more point I would like to say: the syllabus doesn't explicitly deal with literature review. It doesn't, it has not been mentioned clearly in the syllabus. So please, introduce that literature review, because there is a little, once again, difference between qualitative and quantitative research framework as far as literature review is concerned. So I would say in the first module itself, please introduce literature review. I hope I made myself clear. Yeah. And I will
Yeah,
share
madam.
the PPT and the another book, statistics book, and you can share with others, ma'am. I'm mailing it. I'll be mailing it to, I think, Gayatri ma'am, and please then you can share it on WhatsApp too. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure, madam.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Hello, am I audible? All the dignitaries and my fellow friends, I'll just explain what is the syllabus there and how one can go for. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see the screen? To tell this that though this paper is basic, but because we have introduced now research methodology as well as the projects and dissertation parts in second semester. So though the students, even in remote areas, those who do not have access to the statistical packages like Stata or SPSS or EViews, or even they are not able to uh, go with R or something like that. If the given the limitations, now even in rural areas, we know that Excel is easily available in the college lab and all that. So the purpose of this paper, when our students do masters, and there is, we know that the employability question is there, and so national education policy actually it tries to build some more skills along with the core understanding. And this paper helps in building some skills uh, to use the Excel in efficient way. See, just using Excel is different, and using Excel for research and drafting your thesis, using graphs, charts, These are very important aspects. We know that how dissertation writing is difficult, and we get confused what type of graphs we must use for some data set to present the data in somewhat more efficient way. So this paper, though is basic in terms of 2 credits, it covers largely to actually have the outcomes as the students to provide the hands-on experience. This is like workshops and all that, and so it should be taken in the labs. It's expected that the lab experience should be given to the students, and if practical hands-on training is given, then surely the students will be able to do it, provided our two teachers also have to do some work, and all the students, all the teachers, we know that they have PIDs and all that, and so they have deal with this Excel and the statistical packages. So I don't think that that's very difficult. We know that there are some limitations in some of the regions. Maybe the lab facility is not there, the computers are not there, or something like that. How to resolve that? It is I don't know how I. As far as part of this syllabus, we have the difficulty levels, and so this syllabus is very easy as far as the students' levels are concerned. Those who are in the we can say the colleges in the city areas, they may be already doing it. Some certificate courses they have started. So here, instead of having some certificate courses, why don't we have our own courses within the masters? So this provides the hands-on experience, then enables students to present the data efficiently, effectively. Unit 1 deals with the introduction of Excel, Excel functions, how one can go for importing data, exporting data from different sources. Various databases are there, various we can say formats are there. How to import this data, how to export it. If we have some primary data, and then we have to code it and decode it and to use in the SPSS, then how to export it to the SPSS. If we have some we can say sorting of the data, then how to sort, how to apply filters, how to formulate the data, how to convert the data from maybe some in columns. If the data is there, then how to convert that data into Excel sheet, spreadsheet, worksheet form, and all that. This is a very important aspect as far as the research students are there. Then when they get the data, but they don't know how to sort this data, how to filter this data, all these things they can be very helpful. Then second unit deals with the presentation of the tabulation of data. Then it has nowadays the dashboards are very popular enough, and the students, those who complete masters and they need to have some research reports or some work on some reports, then the tabulation, graphs, charts, various charts are there. We know that in Excel, but we know there are limitations when we come to the data. Then we are confused with what is the best way to represent this data in graphs. So that will be taken care in the 2.2, and then interacting dashboards, which is necessity nowadays in the corporates, as well as when the students of economics, when they deal with the data, they have to have it, and then it can be interactive one. There are static as well as dynamic dashboards, so one can do it. And so this 2-unit course, though basic course, but it deals with the basic primary we can say use of Excel, and it can be taken at advanced level as per the students levels, as well as the teachers, those who are going to teach. This can be taught at primary level, this can be taught at advanced level also. We have various books, but I have a few books I want to present here, which are very handy. Just get it here. Yeah, this one is a very handy book. If someone wants to go for this book, it's a you can download it. Excel data analysis with the help of Excel actually. So this book gives you the understanding how we can go for basic understanding as well as some advanced level also one can go for. And then another, I'll just share one more. Which is very easy book. Why I'm not able to open it? Yeah. This is Excel data analysis by examples, and this is very good book which one can start with. So one can use these filters, then data forms, then you can have the charts, line chart, area chart, scatter chart, various types of charts, how to have the trend line, then pivot tables and dashboards also. Okay. So, yeah, I'll share it because this name of the book is given. I'll just share it. Excel by example. It is very good book, and it's very simple in sense that you can just simply see what numbers and how you filter it. Conditional formatting, data filters. You easily make use of this. How to make use of the advanced filters.
Savitri madam raise her hand. Sir.
Yeah, please. Please go ahead. Please go ahead with your question if you have anything.
Please ask Savitri.
So all are not necessary that a minimum these line chart, pie chart, bar chart, scatter chart. Okay. At least these many must be done. This is very unique one, that is heat map. One can go for this advanced level. someone wants to show it, that way one can go. So there are many things in this book which are very useful. So one can use of this. So the name of the book is Excel Data Analysis by Examples by Tran. Okay. I'll share the references with the committee, organizing committee, and they will surely share with you. These are PDF books which are downloadable, so anyone can download it.
If participants have any doubt, please ask.
Hello, sir.
Hello, tell me.
Can economics professor without computer application background can teach its subjects like computer application for research in economics?
See, the purpose of these papers are to give the hands-on skills to these students. So without, I think, computers, if you teach, then it is of no use. It's a not theoretical one. It's applied.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, participants?
Because if these two modules are not completed, then semester 2, there are statistical tools in with the help of Excel and all that. So they will not be able to do that. Kedari sir, tell me please.
कोठे सर एक क्वेश्चन होता की या 20 आपला हा जो असणार आहे हा 30 लेक्चर्सचा 2 क्रेडिट पॉइंट्सचा कोर्स आहे बरोबर.
करेक्ट.
हा मग याच्यामध्ये काही डिव्हिजन असं केलेलं आहे की प्रॅक्टिकल्स इतके लेक्चर्स आणि थेअरी इतके लेक्चर्स असं काही डिव्हिजन. कारण प्रॅक्टिकल जर का घ्यायचं असेल ना तर जे कॉलेजेस आहेत त्या कॉलेजेसला लॅबची रिक्वायरमेंट लागणार आहे मग कम्प्युटर लॅब.
आय डू अंडरस्टँड मॅम. म्हणजे त्यासाठीच म्हटलं
कम्प्युटर लॅब अवेलेबल असेल तर टायमिंग. हा
करेक्ट. So one has to adjust the timing and theoretical part, madam, तुम्ही शिकून काय शिकवणार त्याच्यामध्ये. बेस्ट वे टू गो ऑन हँड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग. मग त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही थिअरी शिकून लगेच प्रॅक्टिकल घेतलं तर ते दॅट वुड बी बेस्ट वन.
ओके. म्हणजे कम्प्युटर लॅबची आवश्यकता भासणार आहे.
येस.
त्याच्यासाठी सेपरेट एक प्रोव्हिजन कॉलेजेसला करावी लागणार आहे.
हा नाही तर मग ऑनलाईन तुम्ही मुलांना शिकून घ्या. ऑनलाईन तुम्हाला शिकवण्यासाठी एक्सेलचा वापर तुम्ही करू शकता ना शिकवण्यासाठी. आता ते त्यावेळेस हँड्स ऑन करतात का नाही हे महत्वाचं नाहीये आपलं. बरोबर. आता आपण ते सगळंच काही मॉनिटर करू शकतो. तर तुम्ही वर्गात जेव्हा शिकवता तेव्हा तुम्ही एक्सेलचा वापर करून शिकवावं, प्रेझेंटेशन करून पीपीटीवर. आणि त्यांना सांगावं की तुम्हाला आम्ही काही ऍक्टिव्हिटीज देतोय तेवढ्या करून आणाव्यात.
हॅलो सर. हॅलो.
या मंजुषा मॅम, टेल मी.
हॅलो सर, आम्हाला एक्झामला काही थोडंसं क्वेश्चन म्हणजे टाईप ऑफ क्वेश्चन वगैरे मिळतील का, की कोणत्या टाईप मध्ये क्वेश्चन येतील वगैरे असं साधारण म्हणजे आयडिया देण्यासाठी.
मॅडम तुम्हीच एक्झामिनर्स असणार आहेत ना, तुमच्यापैकीच काही लोक एक्झामिनर्स असणार. बरोबर. आम्ही एक्झामिनर असणार नाही. आम्ही तर फक्त आम्हाला सांगितलं की तुम्हाला गाईड करा म्हणून आम्ही इथं आलो. बरोबर. तुमच्यापैकीच काही लोक एक्झामिनर्स असणार. तर तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी मिळून ठरवायचं आहे की बाबा काय एक्झाम्स मध्ये आपण क्वेश्चन्स विचारायला.
अच्छा म्हणजे हा पेपर म्हणजे एक्सटर्नल नाही होणार.
एक्सटर्नल पण होणार ना, पण एक्सटर्नल मध्ये पण एक्झामिनर तुमच्यापैकीच कोण ना कोणतरी असणार ना मॅडम. डोळे मॅडम प्लीज.
ह्या पेपर मध्ये आपण म्हणालात की थोडंसं त्यांना प्रॅक्टिकल सुद्धा शिकवणं अपेक्षित आहे. पण मग एक्झाम मध्ये पण प्रॅक्टिकल एक्झाम वगैरे असं काही असेल काय?
म्हणून मी म्हटलं मॅडम 50% जे तुम्ही घेणार आहेत ना त्याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही प्रॅक्टिकलचं सगळं घ्या आणि 50% जे राहिलेलं जे आहे ते थिअरीमध्ये जाईल ना.
कारण कारण इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर कॉलेज प्रोव्हाइड करेल की नाही किंवा करू शकेल की नाही सगळे कॉलेजेस, आय डाऊट अबाउट इट. कारण
म्हणून
सम हाऊ वी हॅव स्टार्टेड, पण आता कसं करायचं
मॅडम एक
बऱ्यापैकी
मिनिट
प्रश्नचिन्ह आहे ह्या कम्प्युटरच्या पेपर बद्दल.
मॅडम आय डू अंडरस्टँड. म्हणून म्हटलं मी की जर समजा आपण असाइनमेंट दिले की 5 डेटा शीट दिले आणि त्यांना सांगितलं की याच्यावर तुम्ही अशा अशा प्रकारचे चार्ट्स तयार करून घेऊन या, तर ते प्रिंटेबल असतील ना, ते प्रिंट करून घेऊन येतील, त्याची प्रोसिजर पण घेऊन येतील की त्यांनी काय काय केलंय, बरोबर. तर जरुरी नाही आपल्याला ते लॅबमध्येच करावं लागेल प्रत्येक गोष्ट.
कारण मुलं पण आमच्याकडे जी येतात अशा इकॉनॉमिक स्टॅटसली येतात की त्यांच्याकडे लॅपटॉप कॉम्प्युटर वगैरे असलं काही असण्याचा चान्स नाही. स्मार्टफोन सुद्धा फार कमी जणांकडे आहेत, काही जणांकडे ते.
I do
तर ह्या
understand.
सगळ्या प्रॅक्टिकल डिफिकल्टीज आहेत.
नाही,
नेट
या
नाही,
पेपरला नेट
आता
लागणार
कसं
या
करावं
पेपरला
ते
नेट
फार
लागणार
मोठं
नाही. एक्सेल
प्रश्नचिन्ह आहे.
असावं फक्त.
नाही नाही, नेट लागणार नाही, पण निदान काहीतरी बेसिक सेटअप लागतोच ना सर हे सगळं करायला. तर ती खरंच अडचण आहे. म्हणजे आमच्याच कॉलेजची असं मी म्हणत नाही, तुलनेने थोडं बरं असेल आमच्या कॉलेजात, पण बाकीच्या सर्वसाधारण मी ज्या काही ज्युनियर्सशी बोलले वेगवेगळ्या कॉलेजांमधल्या, तर असं लक्षात आलं की फारच त्यांना म्हणजे अडचणीचं आहे हे सगळं
मॅडम आय
जे
डू
काय आहे ते या पेपर बद्दल.
अंडरस्टँड. पण मला मॅडम आपल्याला सगळ्यांनाच म्हणजे आपल्याला सगळ्यांना काळजी आपल्या मुलांची आहे, बरोबर. आपण जेव्हा मास्टर्स डिग्री देणार तेव्हा त्यातून जर समजा एम्प्लॉयबल एक पूल जर आपण जर निर्माण करू शकत नसू तर ही एक आपली चिंतेची बाब आहे, बरोबर का नाही. आणि अशा वेळेस आपण जर थोडस रिसोर्सेसच्या बाबतीत जसं म्हटलं की लॅबची आपल्याला रिसोर्सची गरज असणार आहे, तर आपल्याकडे कॉम्प्युटर लॅब नॉर्मली प्रत्येक कॉलेजमध्ये आता नॅकच्या याच्यामध्ये मॅन्डेटरी झालेलं आहे, तर त्या लॅब असतातच, त्या
नाही, पण
असाव्यात.
त्या अवेलेबल असल्या पाहिजे ना, कारण त्या इतक्या फुल्ली ऑक्युपाईड आहेत सर. कारण नंबर ऑफ कॉम्प्युटर्स किंवा नंबर ऑफ सीट्स, परत असेसमेंटसाठी सुद्धा तेच आपण वापरतो ऑनलाईन असेसमेंटसाठी. त्याच्यामुळे फार कठीण आहे सर हे सगळं ऍडजस्ट करणं.
येस
काय
आय डू.
करावं ठीक आहे. आणि दुसरं म्हणजे सर वेगवेगळ्या युनिव्हर्सिटीजचं जेव्हा आम्ही कम्पेअर केला सिलेबस, तर कोणी सुद्धा असा कम्प्युटर वगैरे असला काही सिलेबस किंवा असला काही पेपर टाकलेला नाही. ऑल पेपर्स आर रिलेटेड विथ डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड विथ इकॉनॉमिक्स. हे एक स्किल आहे सर कम्प्युटर. तर आपण सांगू शकतो विद्यार्थ्यांना की
मी
तुम्ही MHCIT सारखा एखादा कोर्स करा, असं आपण सांगू शकलो असतो.
आय
पण
डू
मला काही कळलं नाही लॉजिक की कम्प्युटरचा कसं काय मध्येच इकॉनॉमिक्स MA इन इकॉनॉमिक्स मध्ये हा इंट्रोड्यूस झालाय. त्याचं काही लॉजिक लागत नाहीये. कम्प्युटर आला पाहिजे हे कितीही खरं असलं तरी.
मॅडम डिझर्टेशन हा कंपोनंट कंपल्सरी आलेला आहे आता मास्टर्सला.
हो, पण बाकीच्या कुठल्या डेझर्टेशन कंपल्सरी आहे नो इट, पण बाकी कुठल्याही युनिव्हर्सिटीजमध्ये MA इन इकॉनॉमिक्स NEP मध्ये मी कम्पेअर केले स्वतः सगळे सिलेबस, तर त्यांनी सगळेच्या सगळे पेपर रिलेटेड डायरेक्टली टू इकॉनॉमिक्सच आहेत. कम्प्युटर वगैरे असा एकाही युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये पेपर टाकलेला नाही. हे काही MA इन कम्प्युटर सायन्स किंवा असं काही आपलं नाहीये पेपर खरं म्हणजे. तर
मॅडम
हे म्हणजे थोडंसं अनरिलेटेडच आहे.
मी इथं फक्त हे प्रेझेंटेशन करायला आलोय मॅडम. आय एम नॉट पोलिस.
बरोबर आहे, तुमची अडचण मी समजू शकते,
बोर्ड ऑफ
पण
स्टडीज
शेवटी आम्ही सुद्धा कुठल्या पटलावरती हे मांडायचं, त्यामुळे आम्ही बोललो हे, बाकी काही नाही.
बरोबर. नाही आय डू अंडरस्टँड. मला तुमचे कन्सर्न्स कळतात मॅडम.
थँक्यू सर.
Any other questions, participant?
थँक्यू मॅडम. थँक्यू ऑर्गनायझर्स.
Thank you, sir, with guiding us in detailed manner, covered all the things related to this paper because this is new paper. Now, I welcome and request our next guest speaker is Dr. Vasai Patil. He is well-renowned, respected expert in economics. He is a member of Syllabus Revision Committee, University of Mumbai. Currently, he is a faculty of CKT College, Panvel. He had lots of social and environmental work. He is a PhD guide also. He is a member of Board of Studies His research has covered wide range of topics. He is known for his insightful contributions and expertise. I request Professor Dr. Patil sir will throw light on industrial economics, MA Semester 1 paper. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Is it audible to you? Is it audible to all? Okay. I think the syllabus is as as we have said last in the last term, and I feel it is a very big task given to the university to implement the NEP this year. Voice is breaking down. Which include of the field of the industrial economics, factor industrial development and the plants in India, the organization for
Hello, sir. Patil, sir. Hello, sir. Your voice is not clear, sir.
बोला ऐकते मॅडम.
सर क्लियर नहीं है, आवाज क्लियर नहीं है.
हाँ नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है मैडम मेरा
सर प्लीज,
इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है.
अच्छा एक बार आप रिज्वाइन कीजिए सर. सर आप रिज्वाइन कीजिए. या प्लीज.
हाँ ओके ओके.
हाँ सर. What is
Now I think it is audible. Is it audible, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry for inconvenience.
So it's okay.
I would like to thanks to the organizing members of the Vartak College. It is very difficult to organize any program, as we have seen in the at the starting level that there are so many questions about the NEP and all. Actually, I represent the Konkan region. I have discussed with the higher authorities with this about all these questions, but nobody answered on this. Now it is compulsory to implement and ask start to every college as we are autonomous. We are already started. I'm speaking on industrial economics.
the paper and the syllabus is kept as it is, as it was in the last term. As we need to implement the NEP, we have not made any change in the syllabus, but just we have added course outcomes, that is enable to empower students about the historical background of industrial development and financial institutions. And second is it provides understanding on market structure and best theories of to fix the location of industries. Actually, so many things are there which is primarily discussed at TY level about this paper. But three chapters, that is chapter number second, market structure, is different in the syllabus, and we have added industrial financial institutions, that is IFCI, IDBI, IRCI, SFC, SIDC, and SIDB. In the last chapter, industrial growth in India and industrial locations. Actually, we need to reform the syllabus. We need to add some contemporary issues which are not there in the syllabus. But we will see as and when it is possible to change the syllabus or revise the syllabus, we will add. Feel that they are not getting the syllabus or they are getting the problems in the syllabus. The committee which is given
साउंड आ रहा है? नहीं।
नहीं आ रहा है साउंड.
हेलो, हेलो.
We can't hear, sir. No voice is coming.
हेलो. ऐसे नहीं.
I think Patil sir is not connected here. I think he is facing connectivity issue because in the list he is not there.
Hello, even I tried to contact sir. Now the message is phone is switched off. Some serious connectivity issue is there. Shall we move to next speaker? When sir comes back, we can take. So without wasting time, we can go for next speaker. Gayatri? Gayatri madam? Yes, ma'am. Take next speaker.
Now we have great speaker with us, Professor Dr. Bharati Kamath. She is a professor in Mumbai School of Economics and Public Policy. She holds MA, MPhil and PhD degree with Osmania University. As she secured gold medal in MA and MPhil in economics. She has been actively involved in shaping economic education for many years. Now she discusses with us public finance and public choice MA semester 1 paper. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. This is offered as a core paper in our department, but it has been taken up as an elective at the college level. So outlook of the paper teaching should be different because for elective we normally go in for more practical aspects than theoretical aspects. So to start with, the core objective of the paper as it is mentioned here, it is to analyze the Indian government's budget and Indian fiscal federalism. So the stress is more in terms of giving an in-depth knowledge. That's the course outcome. In-depth knowledge in terms of public finance and public choice. So the students are expected to analyze the budgets of the government of India. So I'm not very sure as to what are the basic concepts that the students learn at the degree level when it comes to the paper of public finance. But the elective is starting with the very basic concept. In module 1, they normally start with trying to give an understanding about what is the difference between public needs and public wants and private wants, and then how the public goods are provided. So the market failure in microeconomics, as chapter in microeconomics, becomes the first chapter to give a very basics for understanding why the role of government is required. So in this case, we are giving them a very brief understanding about why the market fails in when it comes to provision of public goods, and we give them a very broad understanding about what are the different types of goods that are available. When we look at it, we basically look at it as private goods, public goods, merit goods, common goods, etc. So when we are trying to give them this understanding, after this we are moving towards the next topic. The first module is very basic in its approach. So we are just looking at it from the conceptual point of view. Then when we go into the second topic in the first module, it is about the macroeconomic aspects about public finance. So I would, there are reference books that are given at the end of the syllabus, but I would suggest that for this first module, Musgrave and Musgrave. The Musgrave that is given in the reference, the title of the book is different, but I would suggest that Musgrave and Musgrave Public Finance Theory and Practice is a good book to refer for module 1, because it gives a very good understanding about the introduction about public finance, what are the different views about public finance, etc. And it's a very old and standard book that is being followed by so when we look at the macroeconomic aspects, we are basically trying to look at the functions of the public finance in terms of the allocative, distributive and stabilization role of the government. So the brief understanding about that can be given. And after that, another last part of module 1 is in terms of public choice. Now, public choice theory has emerged quite late because initially it was the public finance that was dominating. But of late, we are trying to look at what is the role of politics and bureaucracy in determining the policies. And therefore, the public choice theory has become very prominent in the recent times. So, some kind of theoretical understanding about the what is public choice theory, how is it playing a very important role in decision making, the majority voting, etc., can be dealt in this particular module. The second module deals with the principles of taxation and expenditure. So, to start with, we are starting with the principles of taxation, though it is given at the end here, ability to pay and benefit principle, but I think that would be a good starting point to start the module, giving the students an understanding about what is taxation and what are the basic principles of taxation. So we give them an understanding about the ability to pay and the benefit principle, and critically appraise it. And then we want to give them an understanding about the impact of taxation. So there we can deal with the concept of excess burden, and also the effects of taxation on work effort, savings, etc. So we can look at it from different perspective. When we here in the syllabus, it is given as taxable capacity. So basically, the taxable capacity gets affected by taxation. That is how it affects the saving and how it affects the work effort. So you can just try to look at it from that perspective. Then the second aspect in this module is about expenditure. So in the from the expenditure, why public expenditure has grown over a period of time. So we know that after the World War, the government started taking all the activities in its hand, and therefore the public expenditure has become very important. Earlier, it was considered that taxation is the only function of government. Expenditure was kept at its minimum level, but the social development related expenditures have grown. So, one has to give an understanding about why the public expenditure has grown from different perspectives. So, here you can give them an understanding about the causes as to how the expenditure has grown over a period of time. Then there are some theories that has to be dealt from the point of view of expenditure in terms of the provision of public goods, basically, because here we are assuming that all the public expenditure is going towards public goods. So we have already proved in the module 1 that public goods cannot be provided privately. So in the second module, we'll use some theory to show that how the optimal provision of public good can be made. So here the Samuelson's theory of optimal provision of public good has to be mentioned. In fact, we do it a lot more mathematically, but you can do it graphically also. So that to show that how the suboptimal of provision take place if the public goods are provided privately. Then we go on to understand the Lindahl's voluntary exchange model. That's also part of module 2 that can be done. And lastly, the cost benefit analysis can be looked into. The third module is all about from the perspective of India, and here's where it being an elective, it will be very useful for you to give some practical aspects to the students. After giving a very theoretical understanding about what is budget and what is the different classification of budget, all that you can refer to Musgrave. It's I'm sorry. there is one more book by uh, Stiglitz, Public Sector Economics. That also gives a very good outline about I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm at yeah. That gives a very good outline about the different aspect. Conceptually, it is a very good book. But Musgrave is what I suggest budget. But in this module, the most important part is the previous 2 years budget analysis. So the course outcome and the objective also says that there has to be a practical approach. The student should understand budget. So I suggest that we can give the students. We readily have access to the budget speech. We should give the students an exposure about what are the different terminologies that are used in budget, because many students, they don't read the budget, or they don't listen to the budget speech. Even if they listen, they don't understand what it means. Simple terms like revised estimates, actual estimates. So we can take the budget and then plan expenditure, non-plan expenditure, revenue expenditure. So take some concepts and explain it to the students with an example using the budget. So, Economic and Political Weekly, our department professor Mala Lalwani, she publishes this analysis of budget almost every year in Economic and Political Weekly. So that article can be a very good reference for all the teachers, because it gives lot of insights into the analysis of the budget. Otherwise, there are lots of other analysis which is being presented by National Institute of Public Finance and Policy. So you get ready-made analysis of budget. You can use that, but the stress should be on implications of that budget. And comparison, how it comparative changes, like how it was earlier and what is the extension that has taken place this year. That is about module 3. I suggest that we go more in terms of practical understanding rather than conceptual. Conceptual is necessary. You can divide the budget into different parts and make groups of students and give it to them and ask them to make presentation on that. So that would be a good idea. Each one of them will learn different aspects of budget. Then coming to the module 4, this also is more practical than theoretical. So it is about fiscal federalism. To start with, we are trying to understand the concept of fiscal federalism. We all know that the division of power in our country is divided between the center and states. So we are just trying to understand what is centralization, what is decentralization, and then there is a theorem called decentralization theorem. So we are giving the students the understanding about how the issue is, how the functions are divided between the center and the states, how the resources are being divided between the center and the states. So we are trying to give them first a theoretical approach as to what does the theory say, whether centralization is a better option or or decentralization is a better option. And we are trying to give them an understanding about how the division should take place. After that, we are trying to look at India's fiscal federalism. This part is normally not available in any textbook, because even if it is there, the old data will be available. So I suggest that National Institute of Public Finance and Policy, there have been some working papers that have been published on India's fiscal federalism, and recently one very good textbook chapter by Mr. N.K. Singh, who is the chairperson of the 15th Finance Commission. It is available on the OECD website. He has also given a very good account of India's fiscal federalism. So you can go through that book chapter. I think that book chapter is more than sufficient as a reference for the India's fiscal federalism. And besides that, as I told you, National Institute of Public Finance and Policy also has a working paper by Mr. Chakravarti, but it is 2019 publication, so you'll get some good information, but not the latest one. Coming to the last part of the module 4, that is Finance Commission. Presently, we are in the 15th Finance Commission. So it is mentioned here you have to do two previous Finance Commission. So you can do the 14th as well as 15th Finance Commission. And the Finance Commission reports are available on the government website, and so you can download it from there. But the Finance Commission reports are too exhaustive. So what you can focus basically is how the transfer of resources, what is the formula that they have used to transfer the resources, what has been the objective of the Finance Commission, and how the devolution of power has taken place, devolution of resources has taken place in this Finance Commission. So, what is the grants in aid that has been given? How the tax and expenditure has been spread across the center and the states. So, only a few chapters, relevant chapters, you can take from the Finance Commission and use it for the classroom discussion. Basically, this is a very interesting paper. It all depends on how many students are interested in taking this elective. But if anyone is offering this and you require more inputs, you can definitely contact us in due course. So that is from me, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. If participants have any questions, ask. Any questions? No questions? Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for giving your valuable time and guiding us with the international trade theory and policy. Sorry, public finance and public choice. Okay. Now, our next we have the privilege of hearing Professor Dr. Ashwini Pense with the R.K. Talreja College, Ulhasnagar. She is Associate Professor with 20 years experience. She is Distinguished Scholar in Economics. Madam has published many national and international papers. So I request Professor Dr. Ashwini, ma'am, to discuss the international trade theory and policy with us. Over to you, ma'am. Ashwini, ma'am.
Thank you. And Gayatri madam, one correction. I am not yet doctor. I am just Ashwini Pense.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me, Janki madam and Gayatri madam and Professor Dr. Ubale, principal. This paper actually we are teaching in the third semester of MA Part 2. The syllabus is same, which is now put in the MA Part 1 elective option. I'm just presenting it.
Ashwini madam?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay. We four were engaged in Madam, please. Engage in constructing the syllabus. Vaidehi Madam now retired. Mukta Pote Madam, myself, and Elizabeth Ruzet Madam. Uh, this is now 4 credit point paper. This course number was not there. I put the earlier course number here. Total marks 100, and as discussed by Chauhan sir, it is 50 marks university exam and 50 marks internal exam. This is the objective or outcome of the paper. They enable to understand the flow of international trade and create awareness on varied trade policies. In syllabus, the first module consists of brief review of absolute and comparative advantage of trade, real and opportunity cost approach that we taught them during the TYBA, International Economic Syllabus. Similarly, terms of trade is also there in TYBA at TYBCom level. Hexaroline theory is also there at that level. So it is just a brief overview till this Hexaroline theory. Later on, the new part for them is the Rabinsky theorem, product life cycle theory, and technological gap theory. This is a new part for MA student that is introduced in the first module. The second module consists of intra-industry trade, which is related with the imperfect competition and trade. In that, we are trying to teach the new classical Hexaroline model, new Chamberlain model, oligopolistic model. Now here, the classical theories are okay, but here we can mm, give them certain practical examples along with the Indian trade. कि इंडिया का जो इंट्रा इंडस्ट्री ट्रेड है वो ट्रेड किस तरीके से है, which products we are in which product the intra industry trade is there, with which countries are there. Through that we can teach this model. Secondly, monopolistic competition and oligopoly. Via monopolistic competition and oligopoly also we can go for this model. Third module is instruments of trade policy. Again, it is totally theoretical part, but here, by way of our exim policy, we can give a practical approach to that. Like the tariff policy is there, then optimum tariff किस तरीके से calculate करना है, what is the custom union, what sort of quotas are there in our trade policy, what sort of export subsidies the government of India is giving. All that we can add here to just make this paper with a little bit practical approach. The fourth module, it is related to the regionalism and multilateralism. Here, WTO, role of WTO, overview of regional trading agreements like SARC, SAFTA, ASEAN, European Union, and NAFTA. SARC, SAFTA, again, they already completed it in the TYB level. ASEAN is also there in TYB and TYBCom level because many of the TYBCom students are also interested in the MA economics. So by giving the faculty change exam, they are entering into the MA degree. So for them, this is the repetition. But the thing is that here we should try to link it with the India's trade also, that ASEAN and India's trade linkages, how the European Union and the India's trade linkages are there, that we can add here. That is about the fourth module. This is the evaluation method as per my thinking. But if any other evaluation method you want to put it here, just suggest any other evaluation method for this paper, and please give that information to other colleagues also so that we can also adopt that evaluation method. For internal evaluation method, my suggestion that assignment or project based on case study, periodical test, seminar presentation, one small pilot project, then to find out the leadership qualities or to organizing qualities, via role play on that. But for international trade, the role play is not a convenient for internal evaluation. But any other evaluation method, if my colleagues can suggest, that all that are welcome here. These are the references which are already there in the our syllabus. Chapter wise reference list I put here कि कौन से बुक में कौन सा चैप्टर यहाँ पे मिल जाएगा, कौन सा मॉड्यूल है, वो भी यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. This is for the Marathi. These are the Marathi references that can be used, and some original papers I put here in my PPT.
Thank you, ma'am. If participants have any doubts about
My only suggestion is here that we are having now 50 marks external exam, that is university exam. I want a suggestion from the teaching faculty how to accommodate this huge syllabus in that 50 marks external exam. So those who are teaching this, I think we should connect with each other and try to discuss this matter. Because it is very difficult that if you are asking, really, in one module, there are 8 theories. If you count, there are 8 theories, and we need to ask the question only on 2. Because A or B, 10 marks. या फिर हमको A, B को 5-5 करके पूछना पड़ेगा. So how we are going to do that? I just, this is my doubt also. So those who are opted for this paper, my suggestion is that we must come together and discuss on this matter. Because without that, if the students are opting this paper, how the evaluation part, how we are going to tell them the evaluation part, how much to write, what to write, that we need to discuss.
I am Malti. I fully agree with her because it's very exhaustive, and we just started, say, from say last month or so, and it's going to be only 50 marks external. So we'll be having a problem that what we cover, by the time we cover whole detail, one whole modules have to be covered, 4 modules have to be covered. So a consensus has to be obtained from all the staff members teaching this paper so that we know where to focus or what choice the students can have if they leave a part of it. Because to teach everything and teach only 2 modules and leaving out the other modules will become a problem. So we need to teach all the modules, but
we need to, yes, Madam Martinam, we need to teach all the modules, and again we need to accommodate all the modules in our question paper. That is our evaluation system. See, it is 50-50, but we need to accommodate all of them in our 50-50 evaluation system. So how to accommodate is my basic question.
Correct.
Because see, this syllabus was prepared for the 60-40 pattern, earlier pattern. And the same syllabus is introduced here.
Yeah.
So that is my basic issue.
I also have the same problem. That is why I also raised the same issue about it. Please clarify, and then we'll have at least some sort of feedback from the organizers. We'll be very well thankful to them because without this, to focus with the students, going here and there, and for us also, we must have an idea. A small consensus is required and some sort of feedback. It's a request. Thank you, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Very true. We'll do it. Any further question? Any further query by the participants? Please ask.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Vinod sir.
Madam, do we have textbooks of self-publication or any other publication in MA Economics Semester 1?
Textbook regarding international trade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, ML Jingan is a very simplified language book on international economics that you can use for the first module. Then that can use for the, just a moment. Um, for fourth module also you can use that book. Then for third module also you can use that book. Only for the second module you need to use the Cherunelam book is there one. Then Krugman book is there. The reference list. These are the available, and online also available, sir. सॉडस्टन बो का भी बुक है सर, जहाँ पे आप इंट्रा इंडस्ट्री ट्रेड का जो एक मॉड्यूल है, यू कैन टेक द इंट्रा इंडस्ट्री ट्रेड मॉड्यूल फ्रॉम सॉडस्टन बो का बुक से. And similarly, Krugman book is there, and one more which is not here, that is the Cherunelam book, Francis Cherunelam. Single textbook is not available, but at least 3 modules are covered in the Jingan, ML Jingan book as well as Manur. Title is same, International Economics.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Any further questions, participants? No questions? Okay. Thank you more. Thank you, ma'am, guiding us. Ma'am has covered all the things about the international trade, 4 module course, MA semester 1. Now, we have next guest speaker is Professor Dr. Harish Chandra Sharma. Currently, he is a faculty of S.K. Somaiya College. He played a significant role in shaping the academic landscape. Professor Dr. Sharma sir brings a wealth of knowledge and experience with the 16 years in teaching. We are fortunate to have him. He will elaborate the paper Mathematical Methods for Economic Analysis Semester 1. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Sharma, sir.
Thank you, madam. Just let me share the screen. I think screen is visible, right? Okay. Thank you. Respected Dean Faculty of Arts, Chairperson of Board of Studies, all the dignitaries and professors from different colleges who teach various papers in their respective colleges, and present over here for the online workshop. I have been assigned the responsibility of presenting before you the paper called Mathematical Methods for Economic Analysis. As you are aware that we have 4 credits for this paper. This course provides students with mathematical tools and techniques applicable to various aspects of economic research and analysis. It emphasizes the practical use of mathematical in economics. As far as module number 1 is concerned, module number 1 covers the basics of graphs, functions, equations, slope of the line, intercept of the line, etc. Then it talks about basic rules of differentiation and its application. Under application, we have to cover revenue maximization, profit maximization, cost minimization, elasticity of demand, etc. etc. Module number 2 covers basic elements of partial derivatives. It can be covered with the help of 2 or more than 2 variables, which includes cross-partial elasticity, constrained and unconstrained optimization, which by using Lagrange multiplier, and its application. So here, in case of application, we have to cover homogeneous production function and return to scale, and Cobb-Douglas production function. Module number three deals with an introduction to matrices and their fundamental operation, which includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, transpose of a matrix, and inverse of a matrix. And as a teacher, we have to show that how matrices can be used to solve the system of simultaneous equation, which is a valuable skill in economics. Module number four is talks about quadratic equation, which explain quadratic equation and how to derive their roots. It also discusses the nature of roots in quadratic equation, which can be real, imaginary, or complex. It also demonstrates the use of matrices in finding roots of quadratic equations. It also focuses on estimation of simple and exponential growth rates, which is a key concept in economics. For references, I would suggest reference number 1, 2, and 3. Shom series and Chang, Alpha Chang, that is fundamental methods for economic analysis, fundamental methods of mathematical economics for module number 1, 2, 3. And for module number 4, I would suggest Hammond reference number 6, Hammond 2002, Mathematics for Economic Analysis. I think that is the end of my side. Any query with regard to any module? If there is any difficulty, I will share study material with you.
If participants have any questions, please ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please share your number.
Number means?
Phone number, sir.
Acha, phone. Okay. I am posting on chat box.
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
Yes. गायत्री सर को थैंक्स बोलो.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Welcome.
Guiding us. So all the things. Now, I say, Professor Modi sir expressed the vote for this workshop.
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Professor Samudre, on behalf of my University of Mumbai and Vartak College, managements, and the entire fraternity of the institutions, extend my sincere thanks to the Almighty for making today events a grand success. On behalf of principal, I extend a hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Anil Singh, Dean of Humanities, Mumbai University. Sir, your speech was so thoughtful, provoking. It's really made us think. You so much such a wonderful speech. I want to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Manisha Karne, Madam, Associate Dean of Humanities, University of Mumbai. Ma'am, your speech was truly inspiring. It kept us spellbound and it's inspired us. And I am sure a lot is going to come up after that speech. We express gratitude for such an inspiring speech. I also want to thank our guest speaker, Dr. A.R. Chauhan, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thought, and this will surely encourage us in all our future endeavors. I also want to thank our guest speaker, Mrs. Dr. Swati Raju Madam, University of Mumbai, for her active participation in our event. You truly made this day enlightening for us. Your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge has added to the glory of this event. I want to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Suresh Mend, convener, Mumbai University, for contribution to this program. Sir, thanks so much for such generous contribution. I want to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Kote, University of Mumbai. Without your contribution, this program might not have been possible. Thank you so much for your contribution, because the paper computer application in research in economics, it was very important. I would also like to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Balasai Patel, for today we have a lot of information which will truly us in our teaching. I would like to thank guest speaker, Professor Bharti Kamath, Madam, University Mumbai. Madam, you have deep insights into the paper of public finance and public choice and revealed some interesting facts about the paper. I would like to thank guest speaker, Professor Ashwini Pense, who spared time from her busy schedule for grace the occasion. I would like to thank the guest speaker, Professor Harichandra Sharma. You have deep insights into topics of the mathematical methods for economic analysis and revealed some interesting facts of this paper. Thank you very much. A special mention to our respected principals, Mr. Dr. Arvind Obale and college management, for being the catalyst that stimulated to us do our best. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. Thank you all of you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir. It's a request to all the participants to fill the feedback form which is sent in chat box. Please fill up the form, completely fill it and submit the same. You will get your certificate immediately on your email address. Thank you.
थोड़ा 2 मिनट रुको.
This entire program is recorded. It will be available on YouTube. Link will be provided shortly, so all can take benefit of the same. So now I declare that program is over. Thank you, all of you. Thanks to everybody. Feedback fill up करेंगे.